I am Sportsnet and all that stuff.
I don't think this remote works for
but
that TV.
Can I ask you, does anybody in the world watch Sportsnet LA to see an old Dodgers-Cubs game during the playoffs after you just got whacked? Who exactly is the audience for that? It's not a rhetorical question. Who's the audience? No. Nobody's responding.
Well, no, because Ireland's standing on the desk.
He's standing on Right, he's trying to...
Golf. There,
that. Good, yeah. Golf Live.
Well, that or Fox News. I figured you'd like the golf. Those are your options. Dodgers, Fox News, and golf.
Go golf. All right, so... today we're not going to do Dodgers. I'm just done with it.
Good. Let's do something else.
I wanted to make this announcement. That
dun ta-da.
Are we allowed to announce the
thing we did the promo for in the conference room?
We can, good. Yes, of course.
Yeah, so this is a big deal. Listen carefully,
ladies and gentlemen, Fifth Row Fridays is back. You can be in the fifth row of a Lakers game at Crypto.com Arena. This is one of the coolest, if not the coolest prize that we give away.
It is the coolest. Let me expound on this. So Michael and I do the games from in Section 111, 20 rows up. All right? These seats that we're giving away for free are 15 rows better than where Michael and I go. You're in the fifth row.
Yep.
These tickets are 5, 6, 7, depending on when you go and what you do. They're worth hundreds of dollars. We give them away for free, and here's how you win. Greg, when does it start? Next week?
Next week, Monday.
So Monday, yeah.
All right, starting Monday. Lakers open the season Tuesday in Denver. Starting Monday. Listen to could it be
just
questions?
Our show?
It's just our show,
right? Bergman, it's just our show. Just Mason and Ireland.
Okay, so start listening every day at 12:55, and listen to the whole show and pay attention. Some people take notes.
The winners often say, "Oh, I've got that in my notes."
Well, Mason will say, I once worked as a mechanic at a truck stop.
I did briefly,
and then 3 hours later, that could be one of the questions. Where did Mason work when he was a senior in high school?
Right.
And if you can get the answers to 5 questions, you're in.
Correct.
That's it.
And
fifth row. And these seats are unbelievable. It's the coolest thing we give away.
And all presented by...
Well, unless you win the $1 million. But other than that...
The $1 million is really...
And that's not a lock that somebody's winning $1 million. These are a lock.
These are
Somebody's
a lock.
getting these.
And it's all presented by BBGO, the Lakers official game day snack.
I love BBGO.
You guys get all the free... I don't get any of the free BBGO. Where's my free BBGO?
Greg, at Media Day, did you go out to the truck?
No, I didn't go to the truck, but I did get the bag. I took the gift bag on the way out.
Yeah, so I was emailing with the guy who runs BBGO, and... I told him, anytime you guys want to bring the truck to ESPN LA, we will. You will. Bergman and I have now done 2 shows
with BBGO
where the BBGO truck has been there, and I'm not kidding. We've had, you have seconds, thirds. Greg and I went like 7 times.
Yeah.
That's how good the food is.
We just said, hey, Carlo, can you get us another one? Hey, Carlo, can you get us another one?
And they bring you all these dumplings. That's my favorite thing that BBGO makes. It's fantastic. So BBGO is sponsoring Fifth Row Friday.
Nice.
And to me, the number one question I get from people when they meet me is, hey, got any Laker tickets? The answer is yes. Fifth Row Friday tickets.
Listen every day next week.
I don't have access to regular Laker tickets, and one time when I did give away some, it
big
caused
trouble.
a major meeting around here.
I tried to give away something too, and it caused all kinds of problems.
Bergman can't have any more meetings.
Yeah,
I have enough.
His life is a meeting.
You have enough meetings. Hey, speaking of which, what happened to all the chairs in the other studio?
Can we have a meeting about chairs?
Yeah, did you have a chair meeting, summit?
I actually did have a chair meeting.
Call it a chair summit. I like a chair summit.
Okay, chair summit with Stephanie Alexander.
If you were in a meeting with Stephanie Alexander, I agree with Stephanie.
Me too.
She's never wrong. What did she tell you about the chair?
She had to go to somebody else, and I think we were going to get new chairs. They were all broken. All the big ones were broken, and I couldn't have people sitting on broken chairs.
Why not send her to chair repair?
What is a chair repair?
I don't know. It rhymes. I thought it would.
So we went. So I talked to Stephanie, and she's going to get us new chairs.
Oh, nice, nice. All right, so we're getting new chairs.
Yeah,
because for all the people that
I am
over
Team
there.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
That girl gets stuff done.
Oh, she does. She does.
That's why she's the unsung hero.
By the way, you know what? Yesterday.
They should just call that the Stephanie Alexander Award.
We can for the next Mandy's. We can call it that.
No, I think they should, in perpetuity, call it the Stephanie Alexander Award because she does more stuff around here than anybody.
Yeah, she does.
It's no longer the Unsung Hero Award; is the Stephanie Alexander Award.
She won the first one, so we'll just name it after her. She's
So-
going to win it every year until she, retires or something.
So, John, you sent me something, and this is my sense.
Was it today or earlier in the week? I said
today.
Sixth sense, seventh.
Well,
sense.
it's kind of like Robert Saleh says. He says Aaron Rodgers, his presence is a superpower.
Yeah.
I have the same superpower.
Okay.
My presence is my superpower.
Okay.
Everyone runs away.
No, absolutely not. So, anyway, you're finally coming around to Tony Romo, and I'm really relieved about this. I have been a Tony Romo detractor for a very long time, since the beginning. He won't shut up. He's wrong about everything.
Well, this one, the thing I sent you,
Yep.
this is the closest I've ever been to coming over to your side. I've interviewed Romo a couple of times. He's a very good dude.
Never shuts up.
I like him a lot. I
Sure, he's
actually
a
think
nice
he's
guy.
good on TV, and I like watching him.
Ugh.
But this needs some explanation. But basically, well, do you have it in front of you? So basically, there was a situation where it was the Raiders-Patriots game.
Yep.
And it was the Patriots scored a touchdown late
Yeah.
to make the score 19-16 Raiders.
Yes.
And so the Patriots, 3 minutes to go in the game.
Right.
So the Patriots kick the extra point, and it's 19-17. And then if the Raiders get the ball back, they can win it with a field goal.
Right.
Tony tries to say that the Patriots should go
let's hear it.
for two, but listen to this and tell me if it makes any sense.
I've always wondered in this situation right here, if you can go for one, and obviously you make it where a field goal wins the game. Really good job, and Bennett's late. He needed to fit that gap sooner on the edge, the corner. But I always thought if you go for two and you get it, Jim, then you can be really aggressive on defense, and if they score, you're still down 8 points. You got a chance with the ball. It's a Madden decision usually.
You got it. I like this play right here. Ryland, because now you win it with a field goal.
It's true.
Now you win it with the field goal. The 2-point conversion
Greg,
never made any sense.
Make the argument in any way that they should go for two there.
No, I mean, Tony Romo's completely wrong.
Yes.
But what he's trying to say is that if you go for two, you're only down one. I don't know.
It doesn't make any
okay,
sense.
So
You already can win with a field goal,
yes,
so why
it's
go
not
for
about
two?
that. It's because if you go for two and you get it, you're only down one. If they go down and score a touchdown, you're only down 8. So you're still only one score down. That's what he's trying to say. He's wrong, but he's.
Let's think about that.
You know
So
what
it
I'm
was 19.
So
It was
17.
19. No, it was 19-16 was the score, and you have to decide to go for one or two.
Yeah, so you go for one, you kick a field goal, you win if you get the ball back. But if the Raiders go down and score a touchdown, you're now down 9 instead of 8, and you have to score twice.
But
if you go for two, you're down 1,
So it
and a
would make it a
touchdown.
one-score
A
game,
touchdown will
technically,
make
yeah.
it you only down 1 score game.
But that's a lot of
Yeah,
ifs.
Tony did not do the math on this.
Yeah,
at all.
I mean,
Tony.
I mean, it's technically right,
I'm
but
sure
it's also
Tony
ridiculous.
is a wonderful guy, but he is a ham-handed hack as a broadcaster. He really is. And there's been tons of coverage about this. You know, he was a really big star for a minute there, and all of a sudden the world has had a chance to consume what he does for a long period of time. Last year there was that story that he wasn't doing enough preparation before games. It's been denied. He does talk over Joe Buck. I would be frustrated Jim Nance. I would be frustrated if I was Jim in that situation. I just think there's too much of him. Sometimes you let the pictures do the talking.
Can you do your Tony Romo impression?
Yeah, do the Romo impression. You.
Jim, here comes the cook. Jim, he's going to call it right here. See his left hand? His left hand's on his hip, Jim. His left hand on his hip. Every time he puts his left hand on his hip, it's a run to the right. It's a run to the right, Jim. Here it comes, run to the right. Here's the handoff. It's a run to the right. see, he's got to tell like a poker, Jim. He puts it on his right hip. They're going to pass. It's a short pass over the middle. Left hip, doing that. See that? Wow, he's got to tell. He's got to quit doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony's just looking at stuff and winging it.
Oh, that's the he's just looking at stuff and winging it. That's unlike this show where every single thing is planned.
Jim, you see the girl in the red hat behind the goalpost? Girl, red hat. That's where the kicker should aim. But the girl in the red hat, Tony, what happens if the girl moves? Well, then you aim for the guy behind her in the Titans jersey. And I don't want to say.
Oh, rambling. All right, coming up next, Caleb Williams will be in the NFL next year, no question. But will it be as more than just a player? That's coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay. I love talking about Barbecues Galore and our guy Henrik Stepanian. They're going all in. Barbecues Galore has partnered with DCS Grills for a promotion never done before. For a limited time, Barbecues Galore is offering a free DCS cart with a purchase of their world-class 30-inch grill. Free. That's a $1,500 discount on a DCS grill. DCS is known for their quality, their performance, unmatched customer service, and this offer is for ESPN LA listeners only. Has Henrik lost his mind? Nah, he just loves giving you deals. Stop by a local store. Tell them you want the ESPN LA 710 special. Check out their flagship store in Irvine at the Marketplace. That one's one of their best stores, biggest stores, but any Barbecues Galore will do. They've been serving LA for over 43 years, and you don't even have to pay for everything right away. They have extended financing available. Visit their website. It's a killer website. It shows their entire inventory, and when you walk in, you'll have a head start. You'll know exactly what you're looking for. bbqgalore.com. bbqgalore.com. They also have the best low price guarantee in the business. If you find anything that's on their website for a lower price, they'll match it. Barbecues Galore. Not just a barbecue aisle, a barbecue store.
It all comes down to Decision Day. The last match of the regular season is here for the black and gold.
Jump for LA Football Club, Olay! Olay!
Saturday, every team in the league is in action and battling for playoff seeding. LAFC look for their third straight win before the playoffs as they visit the Vancouver Whitecaps.
LAFC!
Pre-game coverage starts Saturday at 5:30 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Jessica.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay Baseball, and guess what? Thursday Night Football has a brand new home, and it's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Join me and the 710 Fun Games Department every Thursday night for a party. I will be giving away $1,000 cash every Thursday night. So, this Thursday from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar, win cash and watch football with me, producer Lindsay Baseball. Or maybe they should call me Lindsay Football. See you there.
Between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
Right,
I'm
but
sure
it's also
Tony
ridiculous.
is a wonderful guy, but he is a ham-handed hack as a broadcaster. He really is.
Now, is that better or worse than garbage?
Oh, that's better.
That's better. That's nice.
Ham-handed hack.
Garbage is something you find
That's
in a
harsh.
can on the
You're
street.
calling him a hack.
No,
A
wait,
hack,
Greg,
yeah.
you referring to people, humans, as garbage.
I didn't say he was
is
trash. I
harsh.
didn't say he was garbage.
Calling him a ham-handed hack
You're saying-
refers
are you not-
specifically to his job.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
You
calling-
made my
I
point.
literally
You're
say,
making my point.
as a broadcaster.
Okay.
I'm sure he's a wonderful guy and charming and all that. But
Do you
as a
remember-
broadcaster,
Bergman, do you remember when Morales went way? I don't even remember.
Yeah,
what he said.
let's
Went
not say what he
way-
actually said.
I don't even remember, but
Yeah.
he went way over the line on Dave Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he
you
was
went
talk-
way over the line by calling a person garbage.
I was not
Admit
calling
it.
a person garbage. I was playing
We
his...
played it back like 4 times.
I know, and he was talking about his tape. I'm not going to do this all over again, but this is the
Apparently
same
you
thing.
are.
you clearly are going to do it all over again. You're the one that brought this up.
It's like asking Mike Dunleavy about Daniel
It's
Ewing.
amazing that you don't understand what's happening
We
here.
all moved past.
You're
trash
doing,
and
you're
garbage.
doing the same
We
thing.
all
You're calling him a hack
understand.
like
You
I'm
as a
calling his...
broadcaster.
You're calling his
What's worse?
broadcasting
What-
a hack. I'm calling his play
What's
garbage.
If I say Greg Bergman is a ham-handed hack, or if I say Greg Bergman is
Is
a piece
trash.
of garbage, what's worse?
No, it's probably a piece of garbage. Work,
Thank
but
you.
you're calling,
Thank
but you're
you.
calling.
Thank you.
And
And
close
moving
case.
on.
No, it's garbage. You're not talking about
moving
me,
on.
my producing
We're
abilities.
moving on.
Ridiculous. Baseball. We're not talking baseball.
Hit the wrong button.
There is no baseball.
I
anymore.
hadn't
I
had
know
the,
it's dead.
I hadn't had the button machine
It's
for
winter
a long
league.
time.
There's still 4 teams playing, but
Yeah,
to us,
no.
baseball is
If you're a
dead.
Dodger
Over.
fan,
Gone.
baseball is over. It's over. So, did you see all the fights at SoFi Stadium between Cowboy fans and Chargers fans on Monday night?
I'm glad you brought this up. I was thinking about this.
I'm
All right.
like, I've got videos of all these fights that people have tweeted me.
So, you know, because you have season tickets, it's not cheap to go to a game at SoFi.
No.
It's a major expense, and it's a major time commitment. You got to leave fairly early.
Yep.
Takes a long time to get out of there. You got to be a real fan and want to see your team in person.
Yes.
Like you. At what point do you want to invest $1,000 if you bring your family, maybe $2,000, depending on what you park and where you eat, all to get in a fight, get your ass kicked, and get thrown out?
Right.
What sense does that make? And like you said, there was not one fight. There were like 10.
Oh, yeah, there were fights all over. I mean, people in the Mason and Ireland Mafia, now they're sending me videos of the fights. This is just a hell of a brouhaha right there. That is, and I don't understand. Like, if I see a fight, I'm definitely not the guy that's going to break it up. I'm the guy that's going to turn tail and leave. I don't want to be in a fight.
Yeah, but
Will you try to break up a fight? Two angry fans?
That's not even true about you.
What do you mean?
There was a situation either last year or the year before where you were in a parking lot and tried to break up something. You got into it, and you were trying to be a peacemaker.
I was trying to be a peacemaker. You're right.
So,
I did have that thing.
I think your instinct will take over. Like I told that story about when Lisa and I were at Pelican and I heard a guy roughing up a girl next door. I didn't want to get in the middle of it. I just did.
But if you looked at this video, would you actually jump into it?
By the
way, there are like 11 people throwing punches.
No, once it gets that way,
Yeah,
then,
no, it
then
was
you can't
out of
stop
control.
it. But if it's 2 people, I might get in. Guys,
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And I definitely would go get a yellow jacket.
Yeah.
I would. If you,
I think you can just dial
right. If
dial
you,
the word help on your phone,
like
and
if
somebody will show
if
up.
Michael Roth were here, who is the communications director for AEG, who owns a lot of arenas and buildings, Michael would say, "Don't get involved, but say something to security."
Yeah.
If you see something, say something. They're trained to deal with it.
Right.
You can't outrun a radio. So if you say some security and the guy's got a walkie-talkie and he says, there is 20 people fighting in section 106, you'll be shocked at how quickly at Staples Center we call them red coats because they wear red blazers. You'll be shocked at how quick people come to help. But at a football game, think about it.
Yeah.
I work in the NBA.
Yeah.
Our arenas are between 15 and 20,000 people in a game. You're going to a game, you're going like 80,000 people.
Correct.
Like if people want to fight, it's going to be a while before there's not 80,000 security people.
Yeah, no, it is.
I just don't understand, like, what could I possibly say to you to make you want to hit me? Like, your team sucks.
Right, your team sucks.
I mean, it's like, call a radio show.
We're
if you need to
America's
vent.
team.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point?
Bolt up!
Yeah.
Everybody bolt up!
I mean, Brian,
Right,
if you
Brian,
ever
is that
come,
what you do?
If you
baby,
ever,
bolt up. Come on.
Brian, have you ever come close to getting into a fight? I mean, I'm a Raider fan. There are a lot of fights at Raider games, but I've never come close to getting in a fight.
Yeah, there are more fights than there are people, I think, at Raiders games.
Yeah, I've never even been in a fight in my life, so there's no chance.
You've never been in a
No.
throwdown? Come on, Brian. You look like you've been in a throwdown or two.
I'm a peaceful guy.
You're
man.
a peaceful
Come on.
guy?
Make love, not war.
You've been,
Exactly.
you've been in a throwdown before, Ireland?
No, not since I was like in high school. No.
You used to have throwdowns in high school?
Well, I've told,
at Corona Del Mar,
no,
the
I've told
Sea
this story
Kings used to throw down?
I told this story many times. I used to work at a store,
Yeah.
and I was walking out, and I got jumped. I had a backpack full of money.
Right.
And my friends came to the rescue.
Yeah, nice.
But if they didn't, I would have gotten beaten up and lost the money.
Yeah, right. Bergman, you look like somebody who's beat a lot of guys up.
That's exactly what I look like. This 180-pound frame that's throwing blows.
Yeah.
I've been in a couple fights. Not really many. All of them got broken up in high school, but afterwards at a bar I got into a fight.
Oh, did you?
Afterwards, me and my friends were inside.
Could it have been avoided before you tell this story? Could the fight have been avoided?
Yes, if we weren't stupidly drunk.
Yeah, and by the way,
drunk.
That may be contributing to all the videos that people are sending you in the mafia.
Yeah.
That these people got hammered, and then you get hammered, and you get liquid courage, and you just
exactly. You do stupid stuff.
You can't call Dak Prescott garbage. And then they come in. And
me and my friends kept calling a guy with glasses Macintosh.
And he obviously did not like it.
He and his friends didn't like that we were making fun of him by calling him Macintosh because he was hitting on my friend's girlfriend. And then we're like, let's go outside. All right, let's go outside. And then we went outside and we had a fight.
So you actually did say, let's go outside and settle this?
It actually did go outside. Not many blows were actually landed, but there were a couple.
So when I was in fourth grade, I was a shorter kid, later starter, didn't grow till later. So I was a short kid. And Tom Pierce was this guy who got tall really fast. So he was probably a good foot taller than me in fourth grade.
So he was picking on the little kid?
Yeah. So he did the old after school, I'm going to beat you up trick.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in fourth grade. You have to show
up.
You got to show up. And he dropped me like a bag of rocks. I went down really fast.
Smart move by you.
But eighth grade,
you grew into yourself.
I was fully grown up, and I dropped Tom. We called him Popcorn Head because he had curly hair.
I can see why he wanted to fight you.
I dropped
Nobody
Popcorn
likes to be called.
Head.
By the way, Brian has curly hair. We can call him Popcorn Head.
Yeah, you've never heard Popcorn Head? You do a kind of popcorn hair.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
you want to take it outside?
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
Live. Come on.
Let's go. Get the social team. We're gonna fight,
Carlo.
We're only fighting if it can go on social. It's not worth it if
it's not.
If it
not worth it.
Well, we need to see it and save it for the Mandy's.
True. At any moment, Coach Sean McVay is going to be with us, or have we narrowed that down?
It'll be around 1:45, so you guys can
1:45.
break, and we can do it after Wheel of Questions.
Okay, cool. I got something funny. We'll spin the Wheel of Questions. You got something, Ireland?
Yes.
You got the wheel?
Yes. I put a bunch of stuff into this morning.
Cool. We will do that coming up next for you. Hey, I got a chance. I love Southern California Hyundai dealers. They're great.
These Hyundais, by the way,
Yeah.
look like Mercedes.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
I've been confusing Hyundais for like way more expensive cars for about a year now.
Well, I drove that Ioniq. It looks like a Porsche from behind.
It does.
It's just beautiful.
Looks like a Macan, yeah.
So if you are looking for a car right now, I strongly recommend Hyundai. And that Ioniq 6 you got to take a look at. It will be maybe your first experience with an EV. You could have a range of up to 360 miles, go just about anywhere on one charge. It's got ultra-fast charging capability. So you can go from 10% battery to 80% battery in as little as 18 minutes. Digital key, lock and unlock your car from your phone, remote parking assist. God knows I need that. The fully electronic Ioniq 6. When it comes to making the jump to EV, they think of every mile. Your Southern California Hyundai dealers. It's your journey. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Sunday for their live Rams postgame show from the Rays Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and interact with Travis and Kirk. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Reminder, party, oh party, Sunday after the game. Come see Travis and Kirk and enjoy a postgame meal and drink at the Rays Lounge right after Rams football is done. Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play. return of Million Dollar Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN. Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 million mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
Okay, this question might reveal a lot about yourself. Okay?
Okay.
You are a college football quarterback. All right?
Got it.
I'm going to give you 2 choices.
Okay.
Choice 1. You play for 4 years as the backup quarterback at Alabama. You win 2 national titles, but you only get an average of about 10 snaps a year, mostly in mop-up time.
Right.
But you're on the team. You letter. You're on scholarship.
And you've won 2 national
and you
championships.
win 2 national championships. You just don't play much.
Right.
Or you are the 4-year starter at an average school, let's say Cal.
Mm-hmm.
You play in 12 games a year, but you never win more than 6 games a season. Bergman, which one do you choose?
I want to play every single game and be the starter.
You would go to Cal.
I'd go to Cal.
In that scenario. Brian,
Not Alabama.
Brian, how about you?
I don't know. Thinking of like a full college experience, I think I might take the Alabama one. I think I would enjoy my college time.
For 10 snaps a year?
2-time national champion.
How about you?
I think this is an absolute no-brainer. I'm sure it's a wonderful gig to be the backup quarterback at Alabama, and I'm sure you get a really cool ring. But I'm a quarterback. I want to play, man. I want to go somewhere I can play.
I'm 100% with you. I think it would drive, if I was a really good high school quarterback, it would drive me crazy to never get to play.
Yeah.
We should throw this at McVay when he comes on, because he went to a small school.
Miami of Ohio.
And played great.
Yep.
And was elite. He probably, because he was so good, he probably could have got a scholarship at USC. You know what I was thinking about when I wrote this question? Mitch Mustaine. Remember Mitch Mustaine?
Oh, I do remember Mitch Mustaine.
Starting quarterback at Arkansas, a good one when he was a freshman, transferred to USC and never got the number 1 job.
Right.
He basically, or another guy I thought about, Matt Castle. Matt Castle
played behind Matt Leinart, didn't he?
Yeah, or
no.
Carson Palmer,
Carson
I thought.
Palmer,
but you
is
might
that
be
what it
right.
is?
But either way, he went to the NFL and had an NFL career, but he never played much at USC.
Yeah.
He wasn't a starter. So you can get to
Tom
where...
Brady's a great example.
Yeah, Tom Brady split time with Drew Henson.
Yeah.
Remember Drew Henson, the baseball player?
Yep.
But Brady got to the NFL. So assume that you're going to get to where you want to go.
Right.
It's just what you want like Brian pointed out, what you want your college experience to be.
Yes.
And he made a good point. You get to be in 2 national championships.
And you don't have to worry about playing.
You don't have to worry about getting hurt.
If they lose, it's not your fault.
Right. So there is merit in, Brian, in what you chose. But for me, personally, I want to play.
Yeah. Got to play.
I want to play.
Got to play.
So I would take option B, go to Cal, be 6-6 every year, but I'm the one that's playing, and I'm the one throwing the passes.
Exactly. All right, so the one dissenter is Brian. All right, so Coach Sean McVay is going to join us here in a minute. To update you on something with the Rams, Kyron Williams, who had such a great second half in this game against Arizona on Sunday, suffered an ankle injury, and he is now reportedly not going to be available until after the bye week.
After week 10.
Week 10.
Is this week 6 or week 7?
They're 3-3, so this is week 7.
Okay, so not the end of the world.
No.
Probably be back at the middle of November.
And in the meantime, the Rams have Zach Evans, who's a rookie out of Ole Miss. I think you can go ahead and correct me. I think he's a 6th-round draft pick in this most recent draft.
Tom Brady, 6th-round
there
draft
you go,
pick. Here we go.
Pick.
Played for Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss.
Right. They've also signed Miles Gaskin
from Philly.
Oh, yeah. Gascon is the other guy that we don't like.
Zach Evans, 6th round, 215.
The only other Gascon I know is the one that works for the LAPD.
No, the DA.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't like him. All right, so Zach Evans, Royce Freeman, they signed.
You used to play for the Broncos.
Yep. Miles Gaskin, and Darrell Henderson is not on the active roster. He's on the practice squad right now.
And we'll ask Sean when we get him, but this will answer the question that I've always wondered about the Rams. Is it the player or is it the scheme? Mm-hmm. Because most of the time, whoever has been the tailback, whether it be C.J. Anderson or
Sony Michel or
the guy they traded to Minnesota, Cam Akers. The numbers are always solid.
Yeah.
Like whether it was Todd Gurley or Anderson.
Yeah.
Whether it was Darrell Henderson or Cam Akers.
Yep.
So now, one of those names you mentioned is going to get a load of the carries, and I actually think the Rams could run for 100 yards because you got to run against the Steelers.
Yeah.
If you drop back and pass, T.J. Watt will kill you.
Yep.
So they got to be able to run the ball.
And the most important thing in any Rams game is protecting Matthew Stafford.
Right.
Because, and I heard Travis say this earlier, but if you were to lose Matthew Stafford, the season ends.
Yeah.
Season is over just like that.
Probably Aaron Donald and Matthew Stafford are both in that boat.
Yeah.
You can't lose either one of those two.
They survived without Cooper Kupp.
Because of Nakua.
Because of Puka Nakua.
Yeah.
So it's not all over if you lose Kupp, but I think it is all over if you lose Matthew Stafford at some point. And the offensive line actually has not been terrible. Has actually been middle of the pack. I think Pro Football Focus has them 16th best offensive line in the league.
It'll be interesting because the Steelers have found ways to win. I think they're 3-2.
Yeah, they just beat Baltimore.
And the way they do it is they keep the score down with their defense.
Yep.
And so I think the Rams are in for a fight.
Yep.
The Steeler defense, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. Ever.
Yep.
Which is amazing. I think this is his 17th year. Well, we got Sean now.
Yeah.
We got Sean McVay now, the head coach of the Rams, joining us. Sean, great to have you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Great, Coach.
Good. We were just talking about the fact that Mike Tomlin has been at it 17 years with the Steelers and has never had a losing season. Is that as amazing to you as it is to me? I mean, we love you, and you're like our favorite coach in the league, and even you've had losing seasons. I mean, never? That's almost impossible for that long, isn't it?
One losing season, not multiple. One losing season.
Yes,
right?
exactly. One.
Sorry, Sean. I didn't mean to insult you.
Hey, well, you sure as hell did.
Oh, good.
I will say this. Mike T is an absolute stud. I mean, even just the way he handles himself, his leadership, he's been a guy that I've gotten to know really well over the last handful of years because of his relationship with Raheem going back to when they coached together at Tampa. And he's always treated me great. I think you look at just the way that he responds to adversity. I think that's one of the true testaments to great leadership. The way that he, is just so steady, and then, they're always going to have a certain identity with the way that his teams play in Pittsburgh, and to do it for that long at such a high level is a real testament to him and their players and the coaches. But it's a first-class organization, and Mike T is an absolute stud. I got nothing but respect for him.
Coach, let me ask you about we were just talking about the running back situation for this week with Ronnie Rivers gone and with Kyron Williams gone for a while. You've got rookie Zach Evans, you've got Royce Freeman, you've got Myles Gaskin, you've got Darrell Henderson on the practice squad. What's your approach for this week, especially given the fact that you ran the ball so effectively in the second half of the Arizona game?
Yeah, we're working through that. We just had our first walkthrough where, all those guys were involved, and then we'll have our practice, and we'll continue to kind of sort out our plan as it unfolds and figure out who we feel like gives us the best opportunity to execute what we're asking of the backs, whether it be in the run game and protections, the different things that we've kind of started to put together, the early parts of our game plan. And so all of those guys are candidates, and in terms of how we'll allocate the workload is still to be determined, and that's kind of what's fun about figuring out how to make it work, and having the agility that's necessary in this league.
T.J. Watt is an unbelievable player, Coach. Is he one of those rare guys that you actually have to game plan against, like other coaches have to do with Aaron Donald? Is he that dominant on the defensive side of the ball that you guys in your meetings are actually part of the game plan is to account for him?
Oh, absolutely. You have to account for him every play. But I'll tell you what, Alex Highsmith, I think, is one of the more underrated players in the league. That's a nightmare on the other side. And so they've always had great fronts. But everything that TJ has gotten in terms of the recognition, his flowers, is all very well deserved based on what he puts on tape and his body of work week in and week out. He's played one less game than most of the people in this league, and he's still up there in the way that he's affecting the quarterback. I think he's got 8 sacks. He's a nightmare, and he and Highsmith are as good of a pair as it gets in this league, and they got great players on all 3 levels of the defense, and they're getting some really good players back on the offensive side of the football, and it's going to be a hell of a challenge, and we're looking forward to it.
Coach Sean McVay is with us, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. I want to throw some different stuff at you, Coach. You and Veronica are about to have a baby. Are you nervous about being a dad for the first time?
No, I'm actually not. I'm really excited about it. My wife has been Veronica has been awesome. It's been, everything has gone really well. She's done such a great job of kind of taking care of everything in terms of, herself, and everything has gone really smoothly, and we're looking forward to getting this little boy here sooner than later.
Sean, when Johnny Hecker had a baby, we asked him if he had 2 things, because I think I've been through this, what you're about to go through, and you need 2 things. Number 1, do you know yet, because I know Veronica's probably had some showers, do you have a diaper genie yet?
You know what? We got enough stuff at the house for the baby that I'd be surprised if we didn't.
Okay. That's number 1, Sean. And the other one is, do you have a bouncy chair? You put the baby in a chair and the baby just rocks and bounces. Do you know if you have that yet?
Oh, we've got it. The nursery is all set up. Veronica she's done an incredible job, and so I'm just going to make sure that I can be a good assistant in any way that I can.
Good plan.
I'm not the boss of my
Good, but okay. So, Sean, if you ask Veronica when you get home tonight, if you don't have a diaper genie, Mason and Ireland would like to buy you one.
Yeah, we'll buy you one.
We did this with Hecker. We just sent it to Artis, and then he gave it to Hecker. So, find out from your wife if you have a diaper genie, and if you don't buy one, and we'll send you one as a baby gift. Okay?
Outstanding.
So, Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford have got a podcast. It's called the Nine and Dime. Have you been on it? Do you listen to your players when they do podcasts?
Yeah, I've seen it. Podcasts are kind of a weekly segment. I've seen them. Veronica showed me the first couple that they had filmed. I don't know exactly when they filmed it, but they do a great job. You learn some stuff about these guys. You can see that they genuinely enjoy one another. I thought it was good entertainment. Did you guys watch it?
I watched it. I think they do a really good show. Really good show. I just wonder, for example, in the NBA, Draymond Green will go out on his podcast and he'll say a bunch of controversial stuff. Do you have any concern that there's controversial stuff when players are doing individual podcasts?
I don't. That hasn't been something that I worry about. I think you want to allow guys to express themselves, and that's not something that I think has taken away from the ability for our team to be able to operate. And those guys are kind of the epitome of what we're looking for in Rams, with the way that they handle themselves on the field throughout the week of preparation, and then obviously off the field with how they interact with their family, their friends, and just the way that they carry themselves. They're true studs in every sense of the word.
Hey, just out of curiosity, Coach, if you've said, and you're doing the absolute right thing, you've said if Veronica goes into labor while you're having a game that you're going to go to the hospital. What happens then? Does one person take over for you, or do the assistants kind of do it by committee?
Yeah, it's not going to happen. We don't have to worry about that.
Good.
My little boy knows better than to come during a game, all right? Do that, all right? You wait. We've got a good scheduled date that shouldn't coincide with that. But if that did happen, we have more than enough capable guys that can handle it from a leadership role with Raheem, with Mike LaFleur, with Chase Blackburn. Jimmy Lake's the assistant head coach. But we got great guys, and let's put it this way: I don't think it needs to be a story. I don't think that's going to be an issue. According to our doctors and everything that we've heard, we don't see that coinciding with the game. I think that was a fun story and narrative last week that was a little premature.
Okay, good to hear.
Last thing for you. So you mentioned that you and Veronica are going to have a little boy. I'm assuming, do you have a name picked out?
We have a couple things that are in the conversation. I do know in some form or fashion there will be some sort of reference to my grandpa, John McVay.
That's it, Coach. Yes.
It'll probably be his middle name.
We'll take it.
he will be, in some form or fashion, will recognize my grandpa who passed last October 31st, and that was the little guy's original due date, and so it's pretty wild.
Awesome, man.
All right, hey, Sean, go. By the way, I wanted to have you comment on this. Mason said he was at the game on Sunday, and he said he thought it was one of the best crowds you guys have had all season. We all get to live in Los Angeles. We know we have a lot of opposing fans that get their hands on tickets, but Mace thought that your crowd against Arizona was like 100% Ram fans and actually made a difference. Did you notice that?
No doubt. I'm glad you mentioned that, Mace, because it is something that was a big deal. And I thought, especially in the second half and the way that it was able to affect and influence their offense's ability to communicate, the way that it was nice and quiet when our offense was on the field and they were able to verbally communicate in the appropriate manner. I thought it made a huge difference. The atmosphere was outstanding, and the fans were great. Mason is exactly right. That was big time by the fans, and we loved it.
Hey, listen, Coach, good luck on Sunday, and good luck in life, however everything goes with Veronica, and we'll see you on Sunday.
The Diaper Genie, I'll have to circle back with you guys on the Diaper Genie.
Yes, ask her tonight, and if you don't have one, just tell Artis, and we'll send one your way.
Sounds outstanding.
All right, go
Sean,
get him on
good luck,
Sunday.
Coach. Thank you.
There's Coach Sean McVay, Service Titan, the all-in-one solution that connects your entire HVAC, electrical, and plumbing operation on a single software platform, helping make the combination we love every Ram season. Coach Sean McVay and Mason in Ireland every single week. All right, coming up next, it's combo plate today, which means Shadano and Cap are coming up in about 50 minutes from right now. In the meantime, we're going to do some What's Up Fool coming up next. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay Baseball, and guess what? Thursday Night Football has a brand new home, and it's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Join me and the 710 Fun and Games Department every Thursday night for a party. I will be giving away $1,000 cash every Thursday night. So this Thursday from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar, win cash and watch football with me, producer Lindsay Baseball. Or maybe they should call me Lindsay Football. See you there.
To Mason in Ireland, more at 1 p.m. And yes, it's around 2:45 in the Southland. You know what we do each weekday at 2:45. What's Up, Fool? And we've been very excited that What's Up, Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. All right, so do you know who...
By the way, Greg, we should point out that that's a pre-taped open. It's not 2:45. It's only 2 o'clock.
Oh,
so
right,
you're
right,
not
right.
late.
You're not late.
If you just heard Morales say it's 2:45.
Yeah, it's 2:02.
That's our normal time.
You
But go
don't
ahead.
need to push your clock up.
No,
Yeah, no.
correct. Sorry for interrupting
At
you.
the sound
no,
of
that's
Matt rule, it's 2:02.
If we die, we die.
If we die, we die. Well, that's what the Sixers are saying. If they die, they die. But do you know Keith Pompey? He's a
good writer.
Good writer for the Sixers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he says the asking price for James Harden to the Clippers is a first-round pick, and Terrence Mann. So 2 first-round picks and Terrence Mann.
All for Harden.
All for Harden. Is this reasonable for Harden?
Full disclosure. We love Daryl. We love Daryl Morey.
Daryl's
He's
a great
been
guy.
great to
Yeah.
us over the years. Is he out of his mind? I'm not so sure. Mace, I'm not so sure. And I like James Harden, always have. I'm not so sure I wouldn't rather have Terrence Mann than James Harden straight up.
Me too. I mean, honestly.
And then he wants 2 first-round picks in addition. If I'm the Clippers, I don't even pick up the phone.
Right.
If he sticks to that stance.
James Harden
Bergman,
is trouble everywhere he goes. And, selfishly, I would love to see him with the Clippers because I think that thing will detonate with Russell
Harden
Westbrook and James Harden.
Well, remember, they went to the finals together in OKC.
Yeah, I still think
ago.
you get those guys on the same team.
They also were together, Greg, for a year in Houston.
And what'd they do?
And the Lakers knocked him out.
Yeah.
So you're with us, right,
that
Bergman? You wouldn't make that deal. Do you know anyone who would make that deal?
No, at no point should the Clippers give away Terrence Mann. He should not be in that deal whatsoever.
I would consider Terrence Mann for Harden straight up.
I would not do that straight up.
Yeah.
Who's a better player right now, Terrence Mann or James Harden?
Maybe Harden, but not. But Mann has his, as I like to say, Greg. Mann has his best basketball in front of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you trade Terrence Mann, it's going to be SGA all
right. I do not
over
think
again.
they're going to trade Terrence Mann. They seem to have that clear.
Well,
right?
well,
And
Greg, you made the right
opportunity.
reference. Yeah. They traded Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to Oklahoma City in the Paul George deal.
Yep.
Or was it for Chris Paul? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
But now SGA.
Chris Paul was already gone.
I'd rather have
SGA
SGA.
is better than anybody you got traded for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a terrible deal for the Clippers.
No,
and James Harden isn't even showing up for Philly now,
well, that's
right?
because of things like this. He was promised that he was going to be traded to the Clippers. He's not. He signed the deal, and now they're making 2 first-round picks and Terrence Mann. The Clippers are going to never go for it, so he's just stuck in Philadelphia.
Well, like Ben Simmons was.
Yeah,
and Ben Simmons basically just sat out a whole year.
Yeah,
and that's what he's going to do. And
I don't know what Daryl's thinking there. Well, maybe Daryl doesn't want to cave.
Look, I know he's a nice guy and he's been nice to you, but he has not really done anything that's good in this league. Daryl Morey has not done much.
In Houston, he was.
Yeah, and then he had good teams.
And what did he win out of it?
1 quarter away from knocking the Warriors out in Game 7.
1 quarter away and didn't get there.
Right, but the fact is, there was a level of success. It's not like Daryl Morey's resume is empty.
Ever since, there has not been much going on. I don't know. I'm just not as high as you guys are on Daryl Morey.
Yeah, we're a little
I don't see
biased
much.
when it comes to Daryl.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
like Daryl.
I think there is a bias there.
Yeah.
You like him because you like him as a person.
I watched a playoff game with him.
Well, see,
one of the
that's
most famous
one of the
playoff
most
games
famous
ever.
playoff games
Mason
ever.
left because Daryl's team, the Rockets, were down 30 to the Clippers, and they came back and won.
Yes. And by the way, after I left,
Mason goes, "Oh, you're getting killed. I'm leaving."
After I left, I was texting with Daryl, and I said, sorry, man, good team. Sorry it didn't work out this year. Then I was like, oh, maybe this thing is still. Oh, congratulations! It was very, very funny, but Daryl Morey.
Yeah, biased. All right, go ahead.
What's up, fool?
Fair enough.
All right, guys, I saw this about 2 hours before the show today. The Gold Glove finalists have been announced. And for the first time in 10 years, Nolan Arenado is not a finalist. In fact, he has won it the first 10 years of his career.
Okay.
First time he's not a finalist in 10 years. The finalists this year are Austin Riley, Ke'Bryan Hayes, and Ryan McMahon. Mm-hmm. And I went and I looked at the stats. Arenado has less errors and better fielding percentage than 2 of these guys. Is this a kind of the thing we came with LeBron about the MVP? Like, is this just fatigue of giving Arenado
Maybe.
Gold Glove?
Yeah, because I can't imagine a better third baseman than Nolan Arenado.
No.
Defensively, especially. Yeah, that is odd. But like Mace, you always say, people get tired of giving awards to the same people over and over again. So maybe that was it.
Here's a little background on this. Another metric to dramatically fall was Arenado's defensive runs saved. Arenado has recorded at least 12 defensive runs saved in each year of his career, with the exception of 2021. He tailed off badly this year, so maybe they're looking at stuff like that. Who even gives away the Gold Gloves?
Writers.
Yeah.
Is it the writers that vote for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nolan Arenado is a state-of-the-art third baseman. He should be a finalist for Gold Glove.
What's crazy about that, too, is that I'm not sure exactly how many he has, but he has won the Platinum Glove for the last.
What's the difference between Platinum and
Platinum
Gold?
Glove is just the best defender in all of baseball.
Oh, okay.
And so he won that. He's won it multiple. He's won it more than any player ever has. So it's crazy that he's not even a Gold Glove this year.
Yeah, not even a finalist. Just kind of seems a little weird.
Yeah, it does. I don't know what happened there. Maybe made the writers mad.
Yeah, side note, too, Mookie Betts is actually nominated for right field and utility.
Oh, nice.
I don't think I've ever seen that as well.
He should get
By
utility.
the way, he was awesome at second base. I was shocked how many great plays he made. I thought, boy, he hasn't played it since he was in the minors. Is this smart? And he was great. It far exceeded what I thought he would do.
What's up, Foo?
How about some streaming sports? So Netflix announced yesterday that they are going to be officially getting in the live sport streaming event space. The Netflix Cup is going to be coming Tuesday, November 14th at the Wynn Golf Club in Vegas, and it's going to be the PGA golfers from the Netflix series Full Swing.
Okay.
And the Formula One drivers from their series Drive to Survive.
Both playing golf.
Both playing golf, yes. And it's like a match play thing based just off of the match.
Uh-huh.
Kind of the same rules, everything like that.
Yep.
Same golf
So
course.
it's like Max Verstappen versus...
Well, they got to give strokes to the drivers.
Yeah, or are they pairing a golfer
maybe
with
they
the
pair a
driver?
golfer with the
They're
driver.
going to pair them.
Right.
Yeah, so...
That golf
Netflix
course, by the
getting
way,
into?
Brian, is spectacular. My room, we stayed at the Wynn when I was there last week with the Lakers, and my room was overlooking the golf course. That looks like paradise down there. That's where they play the match every year.
Right,
You got
yes.
to know somebody to get on there. So I'll check that out. Why not?
I'm just burnt on the whole I'm a celebrity, I'm playing golf thing, so I will not watch. I didn't watch Drive to Survive, although I have a lot of friends that did. I didn't watch Full Swing at all. Did you watch Full Swing?
Yes, all of it.
All of it.
Yeah, I didn't watch Drive to Survive this year. So.
Yeah, Drive to Survive is supposed
really
to be great.
good.
But everybody gets together on a golf course. I'm just like, I'm not a big golf. When I love golf? During the 710 ESPN Invitational every single year at Black Gold. Other than
Classic.
that, yeah, the Golf Classic. Thank you.
Yeah, it got me at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. It's kind of a weird start time, too, no?
That is 3 p.m. Pacific.
Pacific,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're trying to put it in prime time back east.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, so California has signed a new bill that will now require 1st to 6th graders to learn cursive. Now, when I was in school, I learned cursive, and I don't know if it was required or not, but now they're going to sign a bill into law that is going to be required to teach cursive.
All right.
And I just can't think of anything more useless I learned in school than cursive
I was just
writing.
going to say, we live in a computerized society.
Yeah.
As long as you know how to sign your name, learning cursive is a waste of
Learning
time.
cursive was such a big deal when I was getting, and then I remember very clearly getting a B or 3 stars or something, whatever they gave in kindergarten for not having good penmanship. Penmanship was something you got a grade for when I was in school.
Yeah.
Now, penmanship means nothing now. All you do is type the email. I think cursive is useless.
Although my wife knows calligraphy, and it's kind of cool.
Well, the calligraphy is cool.
Yeah,
but she's not going to write letters and stuff.
Yeah, I know. If you're ever going to write a note to somebody, I either print or type it. I use cursive almost never.
Yeah, yeah.
So the only time I use cursive is to sign my name.
Very interesting. Yeah, I also
So
sign
you
my
have
name in
to.
cursive.
You still have to know it to sign your name to actually do that. You need to know cursive. But
Right.
Riley does not know cursive at all.
And she's 11.
She's 11. She's gonna be 12 in November. So
Okay.
she knows absolutely no cursive. They do not teach it. So it's gonna be interesting. But I have to, even when you go and get if I go to Illy, right? I have to sign the.
But
I have
why
to
don't
sign
you?
the sheet
You can
and I have
print
to
out
sign
your
my
name.
No, I mean you're signing. You have to sign for you.
But if you sign in print, you sign in print. I don't
Can
think
you sign
have.
it?
I don't think you have. There's
I
no
don't-
rule that says
Greg,
you have
you
to
can
sign in cursive.
you can make your signature a straight line if you want. Yeah, a lot of people do.
Do they really?
Yeah, because think about this. I mean, we're older
There's
than
like
these guys.
screens that I
When
do.
you have to buy expensive things or get a loan or do anything, you've got to sign like your name like 200 times.
Yep.
So a lot of people just when they're young, right? Like I sign my official signature is my initials.
Right.
Because that way it doesn't take me, 2 months to sign all the things I have to sign.
Right. I remember I was staying at a hotel in London, and there was no air conditioning. And complained. Juan and I were together, and complained, and finally went down to the desk and said, we want to check out. And he said, well, you still have to pay for the room. I'm like, I'm not paying for the room. He said, you still have to pay for the room. So he hands me the credit card slip, and on the signature line, I wrote in big capital letters, disputed.
And I turned it in.
He never noticed, and I went back to the credit card company afterwards. I said, I signed disputed. I'm not paying for this room,
And
I didn't have to.
Yeah, most of the time, unless you go to it way too often, most of the time, if you call your credit card company to dispute something like that, they'll just say, don't worry about it.
Yeah. What's up, fool?
What's up, fool?
You got one more? Is that it?
I got one more if you want it.
Yeah, do it.
All right, so Twitter announced that they're going to be charging $1 annual fee for anybody that's going to be a new user. And this is to decrease the bot activity and spam. Is this something, a good feature that they're adding? Even though, so anybody, if I want to make a Twitter, I don't have one. Now I'm going to have to pay $1 just to sign up.
You have to pay $1 to sign up for Twitter?
Yes.
Because they don't want bots.
They're trying to
Yeah,
limit
but still,
bot activity.
why are they charging
$1
people?
annually, so $1 a year.
He's really under a misguided view of Twitter. We are Twitter. The people who tweet are Twitter. We are creating content for him. He should pay everybody $1. He should be paying us. We're the content.
I hate it when people do things just because they can, and it seems like that's what he's doing here.
Yeah. Brian, are you going to pay the I've been talking to Brian about jumping onto Twitter. Are you going to jump on? You going to do it? You're gonna do it?
I mean, this $1 doesn't affect my decision.
No, it doesn't.
will say that. Yeah.
I'll chip in 50 cents. John will chip in 50 cents, and we're good.
Yeah.
Have you thought about a Twitter name?
I haven't. No. Got to come up with something clever.
If you've got an idea for a Twitter name for Brian Cohen, jump into the mafia.
Popcorn Head?
Yeah.
That's not going to be Popcorn Head.
I got it. Yeah. At Brian Cohen.
I don't believe
I
that's...
mean,
I'm guessing that's
taken.
not available.
I'm guessing
What about
that's taken.
Brian_Cohen? I think that's just the easiest
I remember
way.
when Mark Willard worked here, he
like
came
that.
up with a Twitter address that had 2 underscores in it. And I went, nobody's
Yeah,
going to... 2 underscores.
No double underscores.
And he looked at me like, what? What's wrong with that?
You know what I think it should be? I think it should be producer_Brian. I bet you that's there.
Sure.
Think that's there?
I think just
maybe.
Sure.
Check that.
BC.
Check that.
Check that.
Check that.
I mean, you can.
I think that's it. All right, coming up next for you, the ESPN has announced the 10 best players in the NBA for this year. And I thought we'd all take a look at this and see if we would reorder them at all. We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and
Producer _ Brian, taken by
Damn, that
something. His name's Brian, apparently.
Yes, and
he
he's the
produces
producer,
the
apparently.
Hart Sussex Breakfast Show. With
Is
Tom
at
Van
Brian
Sharp.
Cohen taken?
At Brian Cohen. Let's see. I mean, it's a pretty normal.
We should call
name.
that guy that's
common
got the British radio show and see if he can
Buy it from
if
him,
he'll
huh?
sell us.
Yeah.
Producer _ Brian. From the morning chat show, what they call it? The morning
something. Heart of Sussex.
Heart of Sussex.
Sussex.
Yeah. All right. I wanted to mention this, Greg, because you performed. Your game is tomorrow, right? For Game of Games.
Yep.
Okay. So a guy
Brian Cohen taken.
named Andy, came up behind me at the Rams game, and he went on and on about how much he hated the Harry Potter game. Just despite, and I'm
Not
telling
as
you,
much as I hated it.
It went
I've never
on.
seen Harry Potter.
It went
You're
on
not
for
supposed to know the
about 10 minutes. He was complaining
That's-
about the Harry
That's
Potter
the
game.
hill he decided to
Yes.
die on.
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
done.
weird hill to die
Harry
on.
Potter, done with the Quidditch.
Yeah.
Isn't Quidditch
look,
a thing?
Yep, you got it.
How many times do we actually know any of the answers of Michael's games?
Some. Michael actually is one of the more.
He
puts more work.
He
into
puts
his
more
games
work into
than-
his games. Yeah.
That
Most of
the
us
Harry
do.
Potter thing took time. But anyways, we don't know the
Yeah.
answers to any of them. There's questions that you asked. That
I would
we have
argue
no
the Harry
idea.
Potter game he was throwing to Brian.
I was not throwing it to Brian.
Yeah. No, you were.
Because he knew
didn't
that
win.
he knew
Oh, he did
you
win.
I did win.
Yeah, you cooked that game for
Crushed him.
Brian.
Yeah, he knew.
Crushed him.
He did. He knew that
Dominated.
you and I would have very limited
Yeah.
Harry Potter knowledge.
We're going to start doing.
It was Harry
games
Potter
that
Day, and
shade
I
against
liked
Greg Bergman.
I like. Well, you do that all the time, but I like Harry Potter, and I had plenty of people that
I'm sure
DM'd
there are
me
several
and
people that
they
do.
said I love that game, and there was actually people who were in the car with their daughters, and they said they are
You know what
listening
that
to the
game-
show
you know
now
what that game was?
because of it.
What that game was?
Gutless.
Trash.
It almost sickens me to even think about that.
By the way, I think we got a new drop where I didn't.
Oh, we
where
got
I
plenty
said to
of those.
McVeigh, I didn't mean to offend you, and he said, "Well, you sure as hell did." Sorry, Sean. I didn't mean.
Excellent
I
point,
didn't
Sean.
mean to insult you. Sorry,
hey,
Sean.
well,
I
you
didn't
sure
mean,
as hell did.
I said he had losing seasons, and he goes one
One
losing season.
All right, so ESPN does this thing every year where they announce what they think, or their experts vote on who the 10 best players in the NBA are. They actually go 1 to 100, but the top 10 is now officially out. And here is the order. We all have it in front of us. Giannis 1, Jokic 2, Embiid 3, Luka 4, Steph 5, Jason Tatum 6, KD 7, SGA 8, LeBron 9, and AD 10. One thing that jumped out at me when I made this list,
Yeah.
how many players we know by nicknames. Unlike any other sport.
Just by their first
SGA we know. Steph we
Luka.
know. Luka we know. They're all like Giannis we know.
Like any of these names that you just read, we'd know exactly who you were talking
AD
about.
is AD,
All
right?
Now, something more broad jumped out at me. I want to see if any of you guys get it.
Got it.
What's the biggest takeaway from this list, in your opinion?
Biggest takeaway for me
big
is
guys.
bigs matter.
Yeah, big.
Yeah, that's not what I'm going for, but you guys notice anything else?
They are all Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, Luka are all foreign.
Bingo.
Oh, there it is.
How about
yeah.
that? The top 4
Are
players in the
international
NBA are, although I would not, their top 4 is not what my top 4 would be.
Do you have LeBron 182?
I should.
You
I
really should.
But no,
People may be listening.
I would move LeBron and AD up. I have no problem with Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid 1, 2, and 3.
I don't know how Jokic is not the number one player.
Well,
I don't understand. I just watched him win the NBA title. He was all world. He's the best basketball player at this moment. I would put Jokic number one.
All right, what did you leave out of that statement?
I know he doesn't play as much defense.
Any defense.
Well, I mean,
so
not as
Giannis
much.
is a defensive player of the year, first team all defense, and a lead on offense. So that's why I think they gave it to Giannis. And by the way, that's why I would take Luka out of number 4. Because
even though he's all like
he's great
in shape and stuff.
He's great, but he only impacts the game offensively.
Well, most of these guys only do that. Luka, Steph. Only
no, Giannis and Giannis.
KD is pretty much that way. SGA, SGA a little bit. LeBron doesn't isn't on defense. I mean, you're half of this list.
Yeah, there's not a
doesn't play
great
defense.
emphasis on defense on this list.
No, but like a lot of these guys don't play any defense. Like
You're saying Jokic plays none, Steph plays
Jokic,
none.
Luka, Steph, and KD plays some defense.
Does he?
but-
Does he still?
Who? Steph or KD?
No, KD. Steph
He's
doesn't
one
play
of
any
those. When I want to, I will.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's got long arms.
Yeah,
so
he's
and also,
long.
LeBron
But-
doesn't play defense anymore either.
Yeah, but he's former first team all defense. You know, he's done it before.
This is for 2023,
Right. So here's what I would do.
2011.
I would move Luka down, and I would move LeBron and AD up.
Okay.
I think I would probably. Well, let me ask you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you rather have for this season?
For this year,
LeBron or Jason Tatum?
Honestly, Jason Tatum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mace?
He's one of the best players in the world.
But again, mostly focused on offense.
But he
doesn't give you the assists, doesn't give you the rebounds. He's
LeBron
a
doesn't
better
focus on defense.
No, defense is a wash between those two guys. But
I'd rather have LeBron.
LeBron affects the game, Greg, more than Tatum does because of the assist and the rebounds.
And
if I
the
want
passing, all that stuff.
If I want a bucket in the fourth quarter and constant, like if you want 20 in the fourth quarter, that's Tatum.
You don't want LeBron going to the rack.
I mean, I do, but that he's just not a part of his game anymore.
Well, that's where my
he can
list-
do it in like a game or two or a few, but not Tatum can do it in every single game.
I would put. I'm moving LeBron and AD up, and I'm moving Luka down, but I don't know what to do with Tatum. I would either have Tatum at 4, or 4, 5, or 6. LeBron, AD, and Tatum are my 4, 5, and 6. I don't care what order you put them in.
See, I think AD is solidly 10. I would not move AD up.
See, that's
Wait a minute,
weird.
you'd rather-
I'd do the other thing. I'd move AD up and keep LeBron where he is.
I'd rather have who than who?
Well,
You were going to hit me with something about AD.
Right. You would rather have SGA than Anthony Davis?
Yes, I know I'm going to get games out of SGA.
Well, that's the one pause you have with AD is that he hasn't done it long term. But
SGA is going to be out there balling.
yeah, SGA deserves to be in the top 10. He's that good. KD's 35. AD's 30.
Yep.
I think I put AD ahead of Durant. And they both missed the same amount of games. So I would probably have Durant 10. Steph is such a great offensive player, but really his game is limited to killing you with the jump shot.
Yep.
So I would probably have Steph 9, SGA 8, Luka 7, and then, like I said, AD, LeBron, Tatum in any order you want to put them 4, 5, and 6.
Would you take the top 3 as the top 3, Giannis, Jokic,
I have
Embiid?
do any of you guys have an issue with the top 3?
No, except I would take Jokic 1.
Can I ask something about LeBron and AD? Like, so if you're going to say that AD doesn't play enough games, you have to say that about LeBron too. They play about the same amount of games.
Yeah,
at
they're
this
both
point.
in the 50
and now,
game range.
And now LeBron's age 39 season, and he's probably not going to play more than 55 games.
Well, okay, but look at that list.
Because he has to be that way. I mean, I
will,
understand.
either will Durant.
Yeah, well, so all three of those guys have to go down if you're going by games played.
By
So
the
you're
way,
taking,
if
you're taking away
Kawhi
defense,
didn't
you're taking
miss
away
so
games
many
played.
games, he'd be on this list.
Paul George, the same way, he probably would have gotten up there too.
But Kawhi would have been top 10.
Yes, absolutely.
Kawhi's that good, but he just never plays.
No, he's never going to play.
So it depends on how much you value. Greg, what you're talking about is availability.
Yes.
And how much you value defense.
But don't you think availability is a huge element in this?
And defense,
Like
as you're saying, is a huge element.
Right. Well, Embiid used to miss like 60 games a year.
He's been
but
better.
the last 2 years he's been better. That's why I would keep him in the top 3.
Yeah.
Michael says Embiid is the best all around when you consider everything. 3-point shooting, defense, scoring, impacting the game. Embiid is the best center in NBA history.
In history?
Yeah, and Michael loves Wilt, loves Kareem, but he said
In history, Shaq?
He said
Hakeem?
He said Shaq couldn't shoot threes like Embiid. Shaq didn't defend like Embiid. He just but
nobody shot threes back then.
Dirk did. He was 7 feet tall.
But Hakeem, I mean,
But he
in
wasn't
the
a typical center.
in the age of Elijah, the 3-point shot didn't have the emphasis.
But that's
that
who
it does
Michael
now.
says is the hardest one to put him over. Is
Hakeem?
Olajuwon.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he says Olajuwon did everything great. Like, the only thing he didn't do was shoot threes. He could play great defense, great offense, run the floor, affect the game, go forever, could play 48 minutes a game.
I mean, prime Giannis or Embiid, prime Embiid versus prime Shaq. I think I'm taking Shaq in that situation.
Well,
He's too dominant.
I agree on Shaq, by the way.
Here's something interesting for Mason's argument that you should put Jokic ahead of Giannis. Giannis doesn't shoot outside. Jokic
he does.
can.
He's not well.
Yeah, Jokic can. So Jokic, I think, is a better offensive player than Giannis. The reason I'm okay with Giannis being ahead of him is Giannis is elite defensively and can guard all 5 positions. Jokic is just out there.
All right.
But having said that, Denver swept the Lakers, and I before that series, all 4 of those games were close. I said AD is the perfect matchup for Jokic, and AD couldn't slow him down.
Nope,
he was that good.
All right, coming up next for you, Conor McGregor has picked a social media fight.
With who?
I will tell you next. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN. Thanks. It's time to talk about Jacob Imrani.
He was here yesterday.
He was here yesterday. So what have we been told to do if we get into a car accident? Call the insurance company. But imagine when the call goes to the insurance company and you say, yeah, I feel okay. Then a few days later, you start feeling pain. Unfortunately, the insurance company recorded your call and your statement saying that you felt okay. So by doing that, you probably cost yourself thousands upon thousands of dollars in compensation. Instead of trying to handle an accident by yourself, next time you're in an accident, immediately call my friend Jacob. Nobody plans on being in an accident, but when it happens, you got to call Jacob. He'll talk to the insurance company for you, so you won't innocently say the wrong thing and damage your case. A lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob Imrani. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. And don't forget, you can follow him on Facebook and Instagram at call.jacob. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN. Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay Baseball, and guess what? Thursday Night Football has a brand new home, and it's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Join me and the 710 Fun and Games Department every Thursday night for a party. I will be giving away $1,000 cash every Thursday night. So this Thursday from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar, win cash and watch football with me, producer Lindsay Baseball. Or maybe they should call me Lindsay Football. See you there.
Anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
You know, the countdown is on now.
4.
She finally returns. Do you know who I'm talking about?
She
finally returns.
No.
I don't want a lot
It's Mariah Carey. She lives for this time of year. Have you not? It's going to be the number one record again this year. It always is. And she disappears for half the year. Then all of a sudden shows up, and she's everywhere. She's playing the Hollywood Bowl this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No way. Last time I saw Mariah, she really couldn't sing.
No kidding.
Yeah, no, she's broken down. Mariah. All right, so, John, there's a little Twitter dispute going on between Conor McGregor and one Canelo Alvarez. So McGregor tweeted out a video of Canelo fighting Mayweather. And McGregor tweeted, "One of the greatest performances in professional boxing. I landed more fights on Floyd than Canelo. I'd love another go." Canelo answered back, "I just need one hand with you, and I don't need to throw so many punches." Now, McGregor fired back, and I thought it would be best if we asked producer Brian to read Conor McGregor's response cold. This is the tweet that Conor McGregor wrote to Canelo Alvarez. Brian?
All right. So, Sal or Saul is that first word?
Saul.
Saul, you uncooked chicken. I'll stomp the ligaments out of your knee joint. I don't even need hands to end you. I'll kick you raw pink. Leave you looking like you were left out in the sun too long. Ha ha ha. Freckle arse. I will see you and we will see. Canelo is a cornflake, no sugar.
There you go.
Now in an accent.
Irish
accent.
Now I would buy this fight.
Yeah, but I loved your ha-ha-ha there in the middle. You've done that before. Ha-ha-ha.
Yeah, thank you.
Bergman, you did the same thing. You showed me it in... He's Scottish. Is he Scottish or Irish?
Yeah, Scottish.
No, Conor McGregor's Irish.
He's Irish.
He's Irish.
Yeah,
so
do it in the Irish accent. It doesn't always work. I don't know.
Can you do it in Irish?
Kind
of. Not bad.
Go do
No,
it.
that was pretty good. I think Greg.
Hand it to Greg. Let Greg do it.
I don't know if I can do it.
Greg, I heard you
just did.
You
did it good.
Oh, Saul, you uncooked chicken. I'll stomp the ligaments out of your knee joint. I don't even need hands to end you. I'll kick you in your raw pink, leave you looking like you were left out in the sun too long. Freckle arse. I will see you and you will see. Canelo is a cornflake, no sugar.
That was pretty good.
Bravo.
Look, DeAndre giving you a standing O back there. Greg, my whole dad's side of the family is Irish. You would fit right in.
Yeah,
all right.
That was excellent.
You nailed it.
Thanks.
Wow.
I got some accents.
Where did that come from?
I've always done accents.
That was excellent.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic. So I don't know if it's going to lead anywhere, but I thought only McGregor could fire back with that particular sequence. All right, let me do one last thing here before we turn things over to Game of Games. John, do you realize? Remember how there was that rumor about Austin Reeves and Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Okay.
He claims he's never met her,
and it is believed now that he hasn't. Now we figured out where the rumor actually started. And it was started by somebody in the Clippers organization.
Really?
Have you heard about this?
No.
So some kid, 25-year-old kid, decided he would send something out on his burner account and see if it caught on. So he sent out
I need a burner account.
He sent out this tweet about Austin Reeves and Taylor Swift. And I've got the guy's name here. His name is...
Zane.
Yeah, he works in the organization. His name is Zane. And he said he posted side-by-side photos of Swift and Reeves to his Twitter account, burner Twitter account, and said he thinks they're together. Following her breakup, Taylor Swift was reportedly seen in an Arkansas bar this weekend with star Laker basketball player Austin Reeves. That was from a guy named Zane Fahimula, I think.
Okay.
From the Clippers organization, and it was his burner account that started it. Now, he apparently thought it would be funny, and it was. It was fun, right? It was a fun thing to follow. It trended. It became a big thing. But do you have any problem with a Clippers organizational member using a burner account to start a rumor about Austin Reeves?
I have a sports radio show. I have zero problem with it.
See, I'm like that. Go ahead and
what we need around here is content.
Use your burner account.
Yeah, hey, send something else out.
So who can we start a rumor about over at the Clippers? Somebody's dating somebody.
Terrence Mann is dating.
No, here's the thing. Here's what I've learned over the years.
Yeah.
People don't care about the Clippers.
Yeah, but still, I know they don't care, but you can tweak them.
All right. There's all these rumors about who's going to run for Senate in California because Senator Feinstein's told. All right.
God bless him. Steve Garvey's running.
Steve Garvey's running. Let's start a rumor that Clipper Darrell is running for Senate.
I like that. Clipper Darrell
Senate. Running for Senate, and he's going to wear that red and blue suit every day to work.
Yes, that's good.
Clipper Darrell for Senator of California.
I'm starting that rumor. I will tweet it. Everybody retweet it. Clipper Darrell for the Senate. Is he still driving the red and blue car?
Of course.
Oh,
why wouldn't he?
Oh, God. That guy.
You can't sell it.
No, you can't sell a Clipper car. Can't sell a Clipper car. All right, coming up next for you, going to do some game of games. It is whose game?
My game today. Yep,
Brian's game today. So he cannot win. He is the
Brian
leader.
today, Greg tomorrow, Laura on Friday.
A lot of people yesterday were stunned by the fact that I bet $100,000, mythical dollars, on USC minus the 7.
Right,
and that you bet $50,000.
Yeah, because I need
Utah plus 7.
I need to prepare for the fact that you're going to take $100,000 from me for working 58 days in a row.
Correct.
Yeah.
The Grinch. I'm at 40.
Yeah, you're going to make it now.
I'm at 44.
But so there'd be $150,000 swing if USC loses, which I think is highly possible.
Right, you're right. You would be.
So I'd be within striking distance. That's why I'm trying it.
USC is going to whack them.
Now you're going, right?
I am.
How many points do you think your team's going to give up there to mighty Utah?
40, 45.
UCLA gave up 14.
Well, last year wasn't it 52?
42-41.
42-41. It'll be something like that. Oh, although the defense is sneaky good this year.
Oh,
so,
really?
So I think they'll hold them down. I think it'll be actually a low-scoring game.
All right, so here's another example of me being stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I really should leave right now.
Why?
Because I have to go to the drive out to the desert, and you've told me if I leave after 3 o'clock, I'm going to crawl for 4 hours.
We'll go.
No. I'm too competitive.
Oh,
I'm
want
only
to win
one behind game of games, so I will leave after game of games. I will let you handle Sedano and Cap, but I will leave after game of games. Brian, I know there's only a 1 in 5 chance I could win, but that chance is enough. I will compete.
All right. We will do game of games coming up next for you before we get to Super Crosstalk on a Combo Plate Wednesday. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN. Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays.
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction. Both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station. 710 ESPN.
ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com. Call Jacob. Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle. Call Jacob. Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time, and Cappy's here. George Shadano is here. Everybody's in the house today, and Cappy, has Cappy scored yet this month?
Yes, I have.
You have.
I have won a game.
Sedano and I are actually tied.
Got two.
Ooh. And Brian has the lead, but he can't win today. So,
it's
Greg,
his game.
is it right that you have one, Mace has one, Cappy has one, and George and I have two?
Yes, that is right.
All right, Brian, what's the game?
Here I come today, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Jack.
All right, so it's week 7 of the NFL, which is about halfway through the NFL fantasy season.
Right.
14 weeks, so we got a little halfway fantasy football trivia.
Yeah. All right, now, Mace,
dead.
you're going to be better than me at this because I'm really not playing
Yeah,
this
you
year.
kinda
I gave my
checked out.
team to Tyler.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Oh,
meat.
wow.
All right, let's see how we do. Brian, go ahead.
All right, number 1.
Is this multiple choice or name is your buzzer?
There's multiple. It's different. I'll let you know before each.
Good.
So first one, multiple choice. Tyreek Hill leads all players with 26.8 average points per game.
Cap.
Who is second? Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, or Christian McCaffrey?
Greg.
I would say McCaffrey.
Mace.
McCaffrey's been hurt here. I'm going to go
It's
Josh.
average points
average
per game.
points.
Average points. He got
per
hurt
game, so it
last
won't hurt
game.
him if he misses games. I'm still going to say Josh Allen.
Next one's me. I'm going to say McCaffrey. Sedano.
I'm going to say McCaffrey.
Cappy.
I'm with the group. McCaffrey.
It's actually Justin Herbert.
Nobody got it.
Yeah.
Should have known that it was going to be a Charger.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we didn't even think about
Bolt
that.
up, Brian.
Come on, baby.
All right.
Disappointment.
Yeah.
All right. Also say this is going to be ESPN PPR scoring.
Okay, got it.
Fair
got it.
enough.
All right, this one's true or false. Puka Nacua has more fantasy points than both Jamar Chase and A.J. Brown.
Mace.
False.
This is me. I'm going to say A.J. Brown's the one I'm worried about.
Yeah, because he had a big touchdown a couple weeks ago.
I'm going to say that's true. Sedano.
Yes.
True or false?
I'm going to say true.
Cappy.
False.
Greg.
So since it's PPR, and it's a point PPR probably,
Oh,
I'm going to
that's a
go
very
with
good point.
true.
All right, Brian, what's the answer?
It is false.
Oh,
Mace.
Wow.
Are you the only one? Is Mason the
No,
only
I
one who
got
got
it.
that?
Yeah.
Mason
Yeah,
and
One Cappy got it, too.
One more point than A.J. Brown and 2 less than Jamar Chase.
Because Puka doesn't score
Jamar
touchdowns.
Chase had that one big
Huge
week.
game.
That
Against
was
the
He
Rams.
had 3 touchdowns in the last game.
In-
That's
in
it,
that
or
last
2 games
game,
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Puka's only got one for the season.
Yes, and he dropped that other one. I don't. Not that I'm dwelling on that.
All right, here we go. Number 3. List the top 3 QBs in order. I'm going to give you 3 choices here, multiple choice. Is it A, Tua, Josh Allen, Hurts, B, Goff, Tua, Mahomes?
Wait, what is the? But what are they?
They're
What's
in
the
order. He
correct
wants the
order?
correct order of the top three
quarterbacks currently
So
in
just
order.
pick A, B,
So
or
in
C.
fantasy,
In
right?
fantasy.
Okay,
Tua,
got it.
Josh, and Hurts. What is the second one?
Goff, Tua, Mahomes, or Josh Allen, Tua, Goff.
All right, this one's me. I'm going to go B. What was B?
Goff, Tua, Mahomes.
That's the one I want. Sedano.
I'm going to go A.
Tua, Allen, Hurts.
Cappy.
C.
All right, so we got an A, a B, and a C. Greg.
A, Tua first.
Mace.
Yeah, I think.
Just say A, B, or C.
Yeah, I've got him. I'll go C. Goff third.
It is C.
Oh, Mace is on the board. Who else
Goff?
got C?
Really?
Cappy, you
Goff
got
is
C?
third, currently third.
Yeah, you know why? Because Mahomes hasn't put up the big numbers yet.
And also,
yeah.
Goff hasn't thrown very many picks.
Correct.
That's right.
All right, by the way, the score is Mason 2, Cappy 2. No one else has scratched.
Wow.
All right, Brian, what's
All
the
right.
next one?
This one's true or false. The Cowboys defense has more points than Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson.
Say it one more time.
True or false? The
More
Cowboys
points.
defense
Cowboys defense or Garrett Wilson? True
has
or
more
false?
points than Garrett Wilson.
Sedano.
I'm going to say true.
Cappy.
True.
Greg.
He's got a couple of touchdowns. I'm going to say false.
Mace.
I'm going to say true.
I'm also going to say true. What's the
It's
answer?
false.
Wow,
Ooh.
Greg.
All right, so Greg, are you the only one who got that?
Yep, I'm
Okay.
on the board.
Me and Sedano.
I
He's
know.
bupkis.
He scored a couple touchdowns. He gets like a touchdown a game almost.
All right, Brian, what's the next one?
I didn't
All
know
right, this one's
Zachy
gonna
could
be-
throw some touchdowns.
First one to buzz in. So name us your
Okay.
buzzer for
Okay.
this one. Who is the only team to have a top 3 guy at QB, running back, and wide receiver?
I got that. That's
Go
me.
Cap.
Cappy.
Miami.
That was right.
Damn it!
Yes,
I knew
sir.
it.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Raheem Mostert and
Tyreek.
Tyreek.
Yes.
That's a great combo.
Are you sure he got in before me? Just curious.
Go ahead, Brian.
Number 6.
complain.
True or
I'm
false?
just asking a question.
Yes.
That's true. You
Another,
did a good job
true or
of
false?
not complaining.
Yeah.
Rams wide receiver Tutu Atwell currently has more points than Jalen Waddle, DeAndre Hopkins, and Amari Cooper. True or false?
Cappy.
False.
Greg.
So who are the people? It was Jalen
Waddle,
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre 3
Hopkins.
touchdowns.
He's got more than Hopkins.
And there's
And
got more
Amari
than
Cooper.
And Amari, he has more than Amari Cooper.
Missed. Did he not miss?
Just
a game?
Greg, true or false?
I know. I'm just trying to figure out with Waddle. I'm going to say Waddle has more, so false.
All right, Mace.
I'm going to say true.
I'm going to say true. Sedano.
True.
What is it, Brian?
True.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
Mason, Ireland,
Finally.
Sedano. Okay, so Mace 3, Cappy 3. Everybody else 1.
Yeah. How many more?
Going
We
down,
got
Cappy.
4 more.
Four more.
Four more. We're
Okay.
good. We're good.
So
Okay.
we gotta
Got to get in on these next
Yeah.
two.
Gotta start thinking
I'll make
strategy
Mason, Cappy go first. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Travis Kelce is, of course, tight end number 1.
Yeah.
Which of these other 4 tight end are not in the top 5?
Which
so
of
find
these other
the
4
fake.
Are not
Find
in
the
the
fake.
top 5.
Is
Okay.
it A, Sam Laporta, B, TJ Hawkinson, C, Cole Kmet, or D, Evan Ingram?
So you got to find the guy who's not in the
Who's
top
not
5.
in the top 5.
Okay.
Oy vey.
tough.
Mace.
I'm going to say it is Cole Kmet.
Me too.
All right, so Cappy and Mace. So we've got to go with one of the other ones,
So
George.
you,
Who are the other?
Laporta, Kmet, who?
Hawkinson, Laporta, Kmet, or Ingram? Evan Ingram.
I'm going to say Evan Ingram.
I'm going to say Hawkinson. Greg.
Evan Ingram does not have a touchdown this year, so it's Evan Ingram that's not in there.
Ooh, it was Cole Kmet.
He's had a 3-touchdown game.
So Sedano and
How is
I
that even
are
possible?
out.
Me and Cappy.
Wow.
Oh, wait. So, yeah. So, Greg, you missed that one, right?
I did.
All right. It's
I
a
can't
2-horse
imagine
race,
that Ingram
people.
was
With
in
3
there.
to go?
With 2 to go,
Two to
right,
go.
Brian?
3 to go.
3
I'm
to go.
out, right? So I can complain. I'm going to
Oh,
find
wait.
this
If there's
out.
3 to go, we can still play. We
can
can
still
still
play.
conceivably
Okay.
tie.
Yeah, we won't
We're
complain.
down 4-1.
No complaining.
All right, everyone guesses here.
Okay.
2 divisions currently have 3 quarterbacks in the top 10. 2 divisions have 3 quarterbacks in the top 10. Which divisions are they?
So there's 6 quarterbacks. is
6
what you're saying.
quarterbacks.
Got it.
What are the 2 divisions that have 3 quarterbacks each in the top 10?
Cappy.
AFC East, AFC West.
Okay, Mace.
NFC West, AFC West.
I'm going to go...
I don't think AFC West.
I'm going to go AFC East, AFC West.
I'm going to say NFC East. And is it one in each conference?
No,
or no?
we don't know.
Oh, so it can be in the same conference.
Right, just 2
Okay,
divisions.
so NFC East, and I'm going to say AFC West.
Okay, Greg.
So it's NFC East. I agree. Is the third one in the AFC East? There's 2.
There's 2 for sure.
There's 2 for sure.
Just guess.
how he thinks
Come
it
on,
out.
we think about
I
these
love how he
things.
thinks it
Yeah,
out.
he's
It's not a little
AFC
Zacky. It's not.
AFC East.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But I guess I just have to pick
All right, so who's your other one? AFC East and who?
NFC East.
Okay, Brian, did anyone get it?
Nobody got it right. It is NFC North and AFC West.
Oh, wow. NFC North.
NFC
yeah.
North.
Well, you
Goff,
got Kirk Cousins.
Goff,
Yeah.
Cousins,
Cousins
and
All right,
Fields.
now Bergman, Ireland, Sedano out. It's a 2-horse race between Mace
Is Justin
and
Fields
Cappy.
in there?
Yeah, Justin Fields is 10.
because of the running. Yeah.
All right, there are 2 left, right?
2
Brian,
left,
okay,
yes.
here we go.
Ooh, Mace,
All right,
this
this one.
is exciting.
This is good.
True or false? DK Metcalf has more points than Brett Maher.
Mace,
False.
Cappy.
False.
It is true.
Oh, there was your
that was
opportunity.
a shot.
All right, last one. This should decide it. You got a tiebreaker?
This is what happens
I
when
do
you
have
keep
a
trying to
tiebreaker.
go
Okay,
with Mace.
here we go.
You got to go against them at
All
some
right,
point.
first the buzz in. There are currently 6 running backs that have 100 points scored on the season. Which team has 2 of those guys?
Mason.
Yep.
Miami.
Yeah.
Boom, Mace.
Oh, damn.
You're on the board.
A-Chain and Mostert.
And Mostert.
Damn.
Nice.
That was so
Is he coming back?
Nice.
Oh, man.
Nice. 4 weeks.
Chan? 4 more
Feels
weeks.
so good
Yeah,
about
they say
that.
he'll be back in a few
Oh,
weeks.
man. It was so
Okay,
anticlimactic.
before you hit the super stager, I'm getting out of here to get into traffic. Mace, what time? I'm driving from here to Palm Desert.
Oh, wow.
What
You got the game?
time will I arrive in Palm?
Oh,
if
that's
there
when the
was
game is tomorrow?
no traffic, correct.
Oh, wow.
If there was no traffic, it says it would take 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I think I'm going to hit major traffic. So what time do I'm leaving at 3.
Yep.
What time do I pull into the hotel?
6 p.m.
I don't think I make it till 6:30. What do you think?
I was going to say 6:15.
Cabby?
5:48.
Wow. I like his confidence.
Very specific answer.
All right.
I want you to do us a favor, though. Would you mind?
Just text us.
Would you call George and I at 4:50ish?
Yeah.
And tell us
Where
where
you're
you
at.
are. Yeah.
Okay. Have Lindsay call me. So
Yes.
because I'll probably forget. But
Yeah.
have her call me and I
We'll
will
call you
answer.
for an update
we will
before we go away.
By the way,
for this.
before you go, John, I just came across this on Twitter. It says, report. Tomorrow, Clipper Darrell will announce his run for the Senate. He told me that after careful consideration,
No way. Is that real?
he wants to bring his record of winning to Washington.
Nice.
No, we made it up. We found out that somebody at the Clippers started the
Yes.
rumor about
Austin
Taylor
Reeves.
Swift and Austin
Yeah.
Reeves. So we're retaliating by starting a rumor that Clipper Darrell is running for Senate.
By the way, did you see that we're the most profitable thing at Disney? It just came out.
Really?
Yeah.
What is we?
Good for us.
ESPN.
Yeah.
It says the sports unit had revenue of $16 billion, profits of $2.9 billion in 2022, more than Disney's entire entertainment business that year.
Go
Wow.
sports.
Bob Iger should be
Go
nicer
sports.
to us. Come on.
All right, John. Good
I
seeing you,
agree.
man. We'll talk to you tomorrow
And
from
I'll talk
Palm
to you
Springs.
guys at 4:50.
450.
Yeah,
All right,
we'll
and it
call
is
you.
time for some Super Crosstalk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM, Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Before we get started here, I want to thank Jacob Imrani, sponsor of Game of Games. Everybody loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anybody can fight, but Jacob is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. All right, here we go. I see Morales in here. He's grinning widely. What are you grinning widely
It's just
about,
been a good day,
Morales?
Mace.
Is
And
it?
some people in life are just positive all
Is
the
that
time.
what it is?
Sometimes you have a little chamoy.
Yeah.
A little chamoy sauce and you're fine, right?
Yeah. Okay.
You had the chamoy?
I had the chamoy.
Tell us
was it?
chamoy.
You look it
What's
up.
that sauce, dude?
The
What
sauce.
sauce?
It's like
The
that sauce. It's kind of like a reddish, orangey, brownish sort of a color to
Yeah,
it.
and where's it come from?
Wherever you want.
Yeah, what's it do? What's it taste like? Give me some idea what this
You
chamoy
gotta
thing
try
is.
the chamoy.
All right.
You should do it on Taste Test Tuesday.
Oh, I love Taste Test Tuesday. Although sometimes you get like the worst tasting stuff in the world,
Yeah.
like those chips, right?
part of the deal.
Weren't there like terrible chips
There was
one
these
week?
one chips that were like egg something or brutal.
No, but there was also the Funchy chip.
Oh,
that
yeah,
he liked
squid.
The squid chips.
Squid chip.
Ooh,
They're like
Gross.
dried squid. You
That
like
is
dried squid, Mace?
rough. I like squid.
You do?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh,
but
calamari,
not squid
like-
chips.
The
My
dried
grandma
squid.
used to make. She called them calamari, or she called them calamad. They were stuffed squids
Ooh.
and tomato sauce over pasta.
Oh, little calamad.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh.
So good. She taught me how to make stuffed squid.
Oh, beautiful.
Before I said, look, nobody's going to continue. We called her Gable. Nobody's going to continue this tradition except maybe for me. So can you show
you
me
can't
how to
cook.
make calamad? I know how to make calamad.
Nice.
I know
When's
how
the last
to,
time you made it?
It's probably been 3 or 4 years, but
Really?
it is so good. Why don't I make some? I'll bring
That'd be
some in
nice.
for you.
No,
That'd be
you
lovely.
have us over.
Yeah, it'd be lovely.
You
Okay.
have us over for
Little
some
calamad.
calamad?
Then we'll get in the
Little
hot
calamad
tub
dinner.
after.
Yeah.
There's
calamad.
no hot tub
We'll get
action for you.
60% in the tub. We'll
Who
get all
was
the
it
way.
yesterday?
Just 60%.
Who was it yesterday? You said they would let you in their hot tub.
Kurt Kartosian wants me in his hot tub.
Oh, my God.
The owner of Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala.
Yes.
He wants the bit of me in the Tequila Mandala Speedo in there.
Oh,
Nice.
Slapping
That's
the
hot.
water around.
Oh,
That's hot.
God.
Hey, you know those squid chips? You know what
Yeah.
they smelled like, Mace?
Gross.
Squid?
You ever no? You ever wear a pair of like Converse
No, come
Chuck
on,
Taylors
don't.
with
Why
no
are you-
socks?
Why are
Yeah.
you such a bad
and then
guy?
the smell that comes from the
From the
Chucks.
no socks thing?
Ugh, that's what those chips smelled like
Wow.
bad feet.
Bad feet.
Yeah.
Shadano, was your experience the same?
I didn't even want to get near it.
But are
It
we
was
on
pretty
YouTube
bad.
at the moment?
I don't know.
This is
the
a
answer.
bad angle for me. This angle is a
Here, you want
bad
to switch?
angle. I need the head on. I'm
Oh.
good straight on. You
Right.
start seeing side action, especially
okay, well,
right now.
Do the switcheroo.
No, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Mason, I got something for you.
What is
PFF just released their power rankings this week. Where do you think your beloved Rams are?
I will say they're number 20.
You're close.
I'm going to go
ahead, Cappy.
higher. I'd say 17.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you guys are going higher, there's no way they're 17. 23.
Cappy was as close as 18.
18.
Okay.
Yeah, 3-3.
The
right
Chargers,
in the middle of the playoff.
9.
9?
Really? With Charlie check down?
Chargers, 9.
With the fake bearded coach?
With the guy who goes for it on fourth down every single time, no matter where he is on the field?
Las Vegas Raiders, 26.
Come 26. on.
My Raiders.
At 3-3, right?
Yeah.
My
and only
Raiders.
number 26. Yeah, your Raiders.
Yeah.
What, have you made plans to go to the black hole?
We can't because we got Yamava that night for the Chargers Raiders. The Raider Nation. But next year I'll be in the black
it's
hole.
because it's a Thursday.
It's a
that's right.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Do you know where I can get one of those Al Davis suits, jumpsuits? You probably got a guy.
No.
Beto said.
I bet if we call Steve Hartman, he'll know.
Steve Hartman will know.
Stop with
Steve
Steve
Hartman
Hartman.
will know.
Steve Hartman's not going to be on this radio station.
He's
If we
willing to.
If we give Hartman,
You're anti-Hartman, right?
I am anti-Hartman.
Hartman
He's one of my
wants to
mortal
fix it.
enemies.
Really?
He wants to fix the
Does he really?
relationship.
He
I
wants to
swear
fix
you.
it.
I
What?
spoke to
Well,
him.
okay, can you explain to me because I don't know the
Can I
history of it.
FaceTime him? Can I?
Will he pick up for you?
What
Can
is?
I don't know.
What is the?
Okay.
What is the beef?
Okay, so we were doing the Toyota Celebrity Grand Prix, and Steve Hartman.
Is this where Alfonso Rivera also rubbed you the wrong way?
He was the worst.
Yeah.
He is the worst.
I kind of agree with that.
So Steve
Dancing
Hartman
with the Stars, right?
Steve
Alfonso
Hartman
Rivera.
was the moderator / host / MC of the entire thing.
Okay.
He never missed a shot to take a
pot
whack
shot
me.
at you.
He was
Yeah.
just like
Why? Why would he do that?
over and over, repeatedly.
Like what? Give me an example. There's Steve Mason. His hair's so gray.
He just.
What did he say? I mean,
he
what did he say?
barely finished. He barely. He was last play. It's like. It so pissed me off.
Why though?
And then there was this big roast afterwards, and I just destroyed him.
You did.
I was just like, I destroyed him and Alfonso Ribeiro.
in the roast.
In the roast.
You were on stage.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's no tape of this. It was a tradition that they would never tape the roast, and everybody would say whatever they want.
Okay.
Steve Hartman and Alfonso Ribeiro got the worst for me.
Okay. All right. Now wait, but there's no way to like write it off as, hey, it's just a goof. It's part of the show. You did finish last. I was just exaggerating.
I didn't finish
okay, well
last,
then
so
that's
thank you.
different. Okay. Well, I'm asking.
Thank you.
So there's no chance that I could fix you and Steve Hartman.
No. That's
Wow. How long ago was that?
7, 8 years.
78 years.
No, there's no way.
It's 78 years ago. No, 7 or 8
What's
years.
wrong with you?
I
thought he said 78 years ago.
2016?
Yeah, that's
what I got here.
Even before that,
It had to
probably
be before that.
2014,
Thank
maybe
God.
something like that.
Tell
Do
me
you
what
realize
all-
the day Sedano got here changed everything for everyone?
It really did, because there was a new guy in the afternoon drive, and he was with a bunch of his friends. It was Shadano and friends,
And
wasn't
friends?
it? There for a while. Shadano.
that was
Well,
after
that
the
was
morning show.
after the morning show. That was that was 5
was
years
that
ago.
that little 7 p.m. thing you did?
No, that was after the
That
other
was
thing.
during the pandemic, I believe.
The pandemic.
Well,
yeah.
no, that was what's the guy that we had in the midday?
Will Kane.
Will Kane.
Oh, he was so good.
I was doing. You guys were doing afternoons.
so good.
Oh,
You
that
guys
was
are doing
bad.
afternoons.
They're not built for afternoons
He's a nice
anymore.
guy, but I mean, you guys were. It just didn't work here. You guys were
It
doing.
works on Fox News Channel.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! A lot of our fans watch Fox
But
News Channel.
that's where it works.
And he's not even there. He's just there on the weekends, I think. He's on the app.
No, but he works for them.
He does stuff there.
He works for them.
Yeah,
No,
he
but he's
works
on their
for-
app. He's not on the channel. I don't.
No, he's
Oh,
on
no,
the
he's
channel.
on the
the
weekends.
channel.
On the weekends.
Yeah.
Everybody calm
Everybody
down.
relax.
Calm down.
seriously.
It's turning
And
into a
he's
fight over
filled-
Will
Get some
Kane.
chamoy.
He's filled in on
Have some
prime time.
chamoy. Yeah,
Anyway, so
That was a disaster. That's the
It just
greatest
didn't work.
disaster in the history of our station was putting
it
that
didn't-
show on.
It didn't work. It
More than
wasn't-
Dave Damashek?
Dave Damashek is a wonderful guy.
More than the Steve Mason experience?
The Steve Mason experience was actually very, very underrated.
So,
Yeah.
so the Kane show was just not a good fit.
No, not at all.
By the way, a lot of the network shows, other than Stephen A. and Colin, right, historically
Yeah.
on this
Yes.
station, none of the other network shows have really worked before, right?
Correct.
So, like,
Well, Mike and Mike did a big
Mike and
number.
Mike
5
did
to,
okay.
Yeah,
5
I mean-
to 7 a.m. Mike and Mike did a big
but I mean,
number.
genuinely speaking, like local wins.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they did that in your old slot.
Yep.
Which was the highest rated slot.
Yep.
Then my slot was we had the highest numbers we'd had since Max and Marcellus back in the day.
Right.
And then that got torpedoed there because
I mean, you guys don't like to talk about how we were on fire in the morning. but
and you
okay.
guys were on fire.
Oh,
in the
no, you
morning.
guys were doing
the
great.
whole
I
station.
love the morning
The
show.
whole station was on fire.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's not Will's fault. He didn't ask to be on in L.A. Like the decision was to put him there, and then the pandemic hit after that.
Yep.
And
then everything, yeah.
Right.
By the way,
like you can run network radio in smaller markets that it wins. Like San Diego, you can put a network show on, it's fine.
Oh,
Right.
sure.
You
Right.
know, but
Yeah.
not in a
Small
major
market,
market.
small market.
Right, small.
Little market, like South LA.
I'd like to just get back to one thing you said that I
Okay,
think
well,
deserves a little attention.
what is it?
So not only are you down on Hartman, and
Yeah.
that's not a repairable
Correct, not
situation.
reparable.
Not
Yeah.
repairable.
No,
Wow.
irreparable damage.
From that moment, was there any other moments too that tack on to that? Did you have
but
beef
did
prior
get-
to that?
You got him back at the
Only
roast.
that he always annoyed me.
Okay.
Oh, always.
Always, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think he'd be able to survive in our format at this station? No, right?
He'd be shredded.
Well, because
it would be like the end of Fargo. Into the shredder.
Because why? Because
he
takes
couldn't-
himself very
Oh,
seriously.
very
he couldn't-
sports,
he couldn't
too.
do it.
And
He
he's
couldn't.
very sportsy and he's very serious about everything.
All right, but listen,
And he's never been wrong.
as far as Alfonso Ribeiro,
It's my kind of
Yeah.
guy.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, George can appreciate that.
That last part, at least.
As far as Alfonso goes,
Yep.
tell me what Alfonso did to you, because I also don't love
Well, he cut
him.
you off or something, right?
So, Alfonso Ribeiro is a great driver, right? And he won the race that
really?
we were getting ready for. He's won it. He had won it multiple times. So he's like, I'm the best at this.
Okay.
So he, during the course of training, and we had to go to like out in Palmdale and race at this track and learn how to drive. I was learning how to drive stick. I mean, I was literally way behind the curve. And Alfonso Ribeiro kept coming up to me and saying, Mason, you got to do this. Mason, you got to do that. Pull over here, hit the taillight there, whatever the hell he's saying. And finally, I went to the trainers and I said, if you don't get Alfonso away from me,
You're gonna kick his ass?
I am going to quit this race.
Oh, really?
Oh, I was going to quit the race. He would not leave me alone. And I'm
he
like,
bitches
I don't
on you.
need a
Nobody
critique.
else.
No, only me. Yeah.
He was picking
Oh,
on
this
you.
is Mr. Isn't he like Dancing with the
Yeah,
Stars?
Dancing with the
Mr.
Stars.
Dancing with the
Is he
Stars
Mr.
guy.
Dancing with the Stars
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah, he's
and
the
he's
host.
not fresh. Oh,
He's
he is?
Mr. Funny
He's the host
Video
of Dancing with
guy.
the Stars.
What happened to Tom
They
Bergeron?
got rid of him and Aaron
they got
Andrews
rid
2
of
years
Tom
ago.
Bergeron.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
now
how long
it's-
it's been.
Who is it now? It's Alfonso and
Who?
I don't know.
I don't
the
know.
one
I
my
don't
dad-
watch it.
The
but-
woman my dad loved, the model who used to have the talk show in the afternoon, Tyra Banks.
Oh,
Okay.
Tyra.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And didn't one of the judges die? The old guy. What was his name? What was the old guy's name? He died.
Fabricio.
No, not that guy. The other guy.
How are we supposed to know?
I
Well,
don't
you
know.
guys knew who the hosts were.
Yeah, I see it in passing. Nobody, no guys watch Dancing with the Stars.
the
Does
only time I
anybody
watched
else-
it was with an ex. Yeah.
It's for your mom.
With an X.
She watched it.
What about your ex?
That with an yeah.
No,
my
no. What
ex.
about Key?
He's all excited because he got to witness Keyshawn calling me today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was all
so
excited.
Is it fixed
Well, it's
between
not fixed.
you two
We're gonna have
kids?
dinner soon, probably around the holidays.
Oh no, you're waiting until the holidays?
I want him to wait.
Oh,
He's making him suffer.
Interesting.
So he got all excited. He saw my phone pop up. It's a picture of Key.
Oh, nice.
Actually, in this room from many years ago, and he's
Ah.
like, "Hey, Key's calling. Are you going to pick it
That's
up?"
a heartwarming story.
That's great.
That you two guys going to fix it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe he wants to come over to my house for Kalamad.
Well,
Maybe.
more
That's a
people.
nice idea.
More if we did an Instagram live from your house with
Yes.
him, more people would be watching him on that than watch him every morning.
Ooh. Ooh. By the way,
taking
Len
shots.
Goodman. Len
Yes.
Goodman is
Hey,
the
Len.
name. Len
Oh,
Goodman.
right. I know that guy.
He's the
the
judge.
bald old guy.
He's the
Right.
judge who died.
Yeah. Oh, did he die?
Yeah.
Hail fellow well met.
Who died?
Len Goodman.
Oh, it's a final. It is a final.
By the way, my designer, Emma Sohn, has got many, many jumpsuits to choose from, Morales.
Oh, really? For Raiders jumpsuits?
Raiders jumpsuits. But
Well,
they-
here's a black jumpsuit. Isn't that what you need?
No,
a black
I need
jumpsuit?
it's got to be
Raiders thing on
white.
it.
No, it's got to be white.
and I need to be able to say, does it look like something Mr. Davis would wear?
Right. It's got to be like a Sergio Tacchini.
Or no, but he had a black one though too.
Yeah, but I think white's better for you.
I'm looking for a Raiders jumpsuit.
There, right there.
Let me see.
Oh, that does. We just need a Raiders patch on it.
No,
Yeah, you need
no.
a Raiders patch and you're good.
Nah, that's
By the
not
way,
right.
that costume is called Michael Myers costume for adult Halloween
No,
horror
it's
killer.
hard. That's not the right. That's not the right thing.
It needs to be like, what's that, like a silk material here?
Yeah.
Shiny silk?
Right.
I'm sure you can buy it at like Raiders.com.
Well,
can't
I thought
I looked.
Didn't that would be a smart move by them? The Al Davis
Oh, my
costume.
God, yeah.
That would be
Oh,
so smart.
God, that'd be so
Didn't
good.
Beto have an idea yesterday? Like it was some department store. He said.
I don't
You
know.
don't remember?
No.
It was like Ross Dress for Less. or
Oh,
something
I
like
found
that.
it. Oh, these are great. Morales, you're going to love these things.
Let me see what you got.
Okay. This actually has the Raiders logo on it.
Let me see.
And it's overalls.
Nah.
Raiders overalls. I would pay to see this. I would
man
buy
who's a
to
little
see
bit more
this.
curvy doesn't
Buy
need
'em.
to be in overalls.
No, I would pay to see this.
Buy 'em.
Raiders overalls.
I'm going to look like that character from Men in Black in the beginning, remember?
Get him for him.
Yeah, I'm going to buy you Raiders overalls, Morales.
So is Alfonso
This is on
Ribeiro
me.
also on your list that's not repaired?
Yeah, that'll
So he
never
can never be on the Mason
I
Island
actually,
show.
he went on Mark and Brian and trashed me.
Oh, no
Steve
way.
Harvey
No
did?
way. Yeah. So somebody called me and said, Alfonso is on KLOS ragging on you on Mark and Brian. I switched over, and sure enough, they did like 3-4 minutes on
Really?
me. I'm like,
There's
it's
a Mason.
enough.
There's a Mason and Ireland listener that always assaults me. And
Who is that?
And he always brings up Mark and Brian. That we're not as. I should have listened to the old Mark and Brian show.
That was a great show. And
What
it's
happened
time.
with the trainer when you told him that if you don't get Alfonso away from you, you were quitting the race? What happened after that?
Alfonso was away from me.
Why didn't you threaten
Period.
to kick his ass?
Because I'm not.
So
I'm not.
I know you're not, but
I'm not
still.
going to kick the.
I know, but you
ass
could have
of the
scared
host
him.
of Dancing with the
No,
Stars.
he wasn't the host of Dancing with the Stars
Yeah.
back then.
They're playing from the
But
mirror
he was still
ball
doing
and
the
stuff.
funniest
He was
videos,
still
probably.
doing funny videos
Yeah,
and stuff.
but he was the
It's a
Fresh
big
Prince
show
guy.
on Sundays.
Yeah,
He's
no,
the Carlton guy.
I was not. I just told him, leave me alone. I will learn how to drive on my own. I don't need Alfonso in my face telling me how to
Who's
drive.
Alfonso? Emerson Fittipaldi?
Every time he was
Where'd
in
that name come from?
Every time he was
Who
in that
is
race, he won.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Every
Alfonso
time.
was Emerson Fittipaldi in that race.
In that race,
so.
yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, Bobby Rahal.
Yeah, like
Sedano
Mario
could-
Andretti all up in it.
Sedano could teach you how to drive, but a different type of thing.
Oh wow, that was a
Just didn't even
that was,
land at
that
all.
was a
It didn't land, but
shot.
he's gonna call me a nasty name again.
No.
Oh,
No, I
a
won't.
nasty name?
No, I won't.
Like what?
No, we're not doing that.
Tell
We're
me.
not doing that.
What did you?
We're
what
not
kind of,
doing
what
that.
kind of
Yesterday,
nasty name
Sedano
would he-
used me as a plant to get at
Yeah,
him.
no,
Sedano planted me. He knew.
Shadano wound me up.
Yeah, and then brought me in, and he knew.
I
it.
said
then
it.
Morales
I said it.
is
I
there. It could
actually
only go one
but
way.
I actually called it. I said
did.
Sedano the Snake Charmer wins again.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
you bring the worst out of me.
and sometimes the
And
best.
sometimes the best.
Yes.
Exactly.
What percentage? I'd say 60%.
Probably 60%.
60%.
60%
Yeah.
best or worse?
It's about either or.
Either or.
Yeah, either
It
or.
depends. It
60%.
swings on a different.
It
It
does
does
swing.
swing.
Yeah,
It
it
oscillates
both ways.
It
It
oscillates.
There you go.
It does swing.
It does oscillate.
And oscillates.
It does swing.
I used oscillating.
I heard that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I used it. The quarterback was oscillating between defenders.
It's fantastic. It's a great use of a word. I actually think that word makes total and complete sense.
Do you have a word you want me to use this weekend? Feel free. Text it to me later if you want.
I will. I will.
Yeah, we can do a word of the week.
I'm going to say this to you right now. George is calling a game this week with my alma mater, the Pitt Panthers.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
If at some point during this broadcast he does not bring me into this conversation,
Oh, wow.
I'm going to be real disappointed.
Wow.
No,
what,
but-
what quarter should I bring in Cappy?
Yeah.
But then
Wait till it's a blowout.
Yeah.
his bosses
Yeah.
are real people, so they're going to
Yeah.
review the tape and go, "Hey, George, real quick, who's Scott Kaplan,
Who
and
is
why'd you
right?
bring
No,
him up?
what he has to do is he
why'd
has
you
to
bring up a kicker
Here-
that got cut?"
Here's why. He has to say something like, my radio partner at ESPN LA,
Pitt alum, yeah.
a former Panther great,
Yeah.
and then throw in
Actually,
my name.
EJ Borghetti, the longtime PR guy who graduated with Cappy, his dad is a Pitt Hall of Famer, right? 1963.
Yeah.
Bob Borghetti.
Ernie Borghetti.
Ernie Borghetti.
Ernie,
yes.
you knew that. You knew
So he actually said he called Cappy a Pitt great.
Wow.
How about that?
A Pitt great.
At least somebody calls you great in your life.
And then I almost joked. I said, well, he tells us all the time he had this terrible game where he missed like 5 field goals or something
It was
like
only
that.
4, George. Relax.
You missed 4 free throws? You're like
Field
a real...
goals.
Not free throws.
Oh, 4 field goals?
Yeah, against Michael's alma mater, Minnesota.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was horrible.
What's that feel like?
It was not.
I watched some
It
kid
was
blow a
not good.
field goal in a big game this weekend. Who?
It was the kid
Oh, the
from.
kid from the Niners.
Yes, the Niners. He was
That's
the kid
why
from
producer
Michigan.
Lindsay's,
rookie. Yeah.
Yes.
why
yes.
producer Lindsay's Cleveland Browns won.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I always feel bad for that guy.
Cleveland alert.
Feel bad for that guy.
Yeah.
Like what? How do you regroup?
Well,
how do you
remember
rally?
Jay Feely did that in a playoff game. Remember SNL did a skit about it actually the week after.
He had
3 misses in
Oh,
a
really?
in a playoff game.
There was one guy a couple years ago for the Minnesota Vikings. I got to think of this kid's name, and he missed a 27-yard field goal, and they lost the Vikings to the Seahawks, and I think the Seahawks went on to win the Super Bowl that year. That kid missed a 27-yard field goal and never recovered.
Yeah.
Never.
I believe it.
Real quick, Mace, we got the Spanish call of the Browns winner, and it's amazing. And of course, Lindsay's
Well,
got
it's
it
actually
ready.
the 49ers loser.
Oh, the 49ers.
But it's a
49ers
great call.
loser.
It's a great call.
Cool.
The losing Spanish call, yeah, because the Browns don't have a Spanish broadcast, right?
I'm sure. I think every NFL team has
No,
to.
do they have one?
Every team has one, yeah. When I worked at NFL Network, they have a Spanish feed for every game.
I didn't know that.
Are we going to listen to that, or are you?
El saque vendrá en camino de 42 yardas. El intento para la victoria para Jake Moody. La patada con distancia y sin dirección. Jake Moody acaba de dejar el invicto en el terreno de juego. El reloj todavía dice 6 segundos. La patada abierta por la derecha, wide right. Y los Browns de Cleveland van a ganar el encuentro 19-17. Hay veces que hay que tener
It's a great laugh.
Yeah, wide right.
But why is there's not a Spanish translation for wide right?
He said it first, and then he said it in English.
Then he said it in English.
Oh,
He
okay.
said it
How do
in
you know?
Spanish first. Because I speak Spanish.
Well, Mace doesn't know
I don't
that.
know. Yesterday you told me you didn't speak Spanish.
But
No, I
Mace
said
knew
you
that
know.
part. Wide right.
You
I got that.
You said Beto and I told you. You asked us if we could do a full broadcast in Spanish, and I said absolutely not.
And I said, well, you speak Spanish, right? And Beto's response was, well, don't you speak Hebrew or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that? And I'm like, he goes, could you do it in Hebrew? I'm like, no, I don't speak Hebrew.
It's not an everyday language.
No.
I was thinking. I was driving in today. I was thinking. I do speak a little bit of Spanish.
How much?
Sí, un poquito.
Un poquito.
Sí.
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 Well, you've picked it up over the years.
Puedo tener.
Where's he picked it up?
Puedo tener un coxero, por favor.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Well, what do you think of that?
I
Pretty
mean, it's
impressive.
not bad. Briona's taught him something.
What do you? Oh, Brianna's taught you.
Taught me to get a Diet Coke.
You know, go to the bathroom.
By the way,
you know?
that's a phrase when I'm on vacation, like in Costa Rica, I use all the time
Yeah.
because I always want to get a Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Oh, Coke Zero, not a Diet Coke.
No,
Yeah,
Coke Zero tastes better.
Coke
Coke Zero.
It
Pepsi
tastes- it
Zero
tastes
is the
better.
best, though. Pepsi Zero is
Is
the
it?
best. Yeah.
I don't like any of
Yeah,
the
right here.
zeros. I like Diet Coke. I like old school Diet Coke.
I don't like Diet Coke.
I like the bite. Diet Coke's got a little bite.
I
It doesn't
feel-
have the sweetness.
No, I like that the Zero has a little sweetness to it.
Yeah.
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 All right. Well, that's
it. You're done with us.
I'm done with you. It's combo play today.
Text me the word of the week.
I will text you the word of the week. I will actually find you a very good word in our little mafia.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you
we'll
go.
do that.
There you go.
All right. Coming up next for you, lots of stupidity with Shadano and Cap leading up to baseball. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 for a full show, 710 ESPN.
You know them at Tequila Mandala. You see, if you're on the YouTube, you see the bottle right behind me with an ESPN LA 710 logo. Award-winning artisanal small batch premium sipping tequila. Founded by a couple of guys just like you. One from Jalisco, Mexico. The other one born and raised in Downey. Here in SoCal with a vision to create a sipping tequila meant for sharing with friends and loved ones. Guys, you've heard us talk about it. You've seen us post about it. We've seen you post about it as well. But have you tried Tequila Mandala yet? Well, what the heck are you waiting for, man? Elevate your tequila game today. Make sure Tequila Mandala is with you at your next party, holiday party, anniversary, you name it. Carne asada, correcto, sí. Celebrate with Tequila Mandala today. Follow their journey on their social channels at Tequila Mandala. Did you know that Tequila Mandala, Mace, is the most stolen bottle at Bevmo and Total Wine?
Is that most stolen?
They literally, you have to ask for it at those locations because the bottle is so pretty.
Oh,
that
it is a
people,
beautiful
People
bottle.
jack it.
Yeah.
So you have to ask for it when you go to Total Wine and Bevmo.
I had Tequila Mandala over the weekend.
It's delicious.
With my
isn't it?
tacos al pastor.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice.
Muy
Very
bien.
good.
Muy bien. So celebrate your journey like Mason did with Tequila Mandala. Follow them on their social channels at Tequila Mandala. Available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com, for a store or restaurant nearest you. Tequila Mandala. Demand the extraordinary.
Hey, it's Mace with Next Level